Okay, so I guess we'll jump into this. People can, if they're interested in the tutorial, they can join and ask questions as we go. Um, I'm not sure what the best way to do this is either. Maybe I'll attempt this without pause, but maybe if somebody ends up having a question and I have to pause as I go, we might do that. Love egg and calzones, by the way. All right, and so like I said, this is going to be, my guess is this is probably going to be more of a thing for people that they could go to after the fact. So I'll try and, this will be interesting. I'll try and narrate my thought process as I'm going, and we'll see how I do here. I might do the Emperor maps after this. Okay, so if you're new, obviously, you've got your starting units. The goal with the starting units at the beginning of the game is to explore as much of the territory as you can up to the enemy. You don't want to just stick with one area. You want to check out everything. And as you're doing that, you want to be scouting out for the best possible housing area you can. So we also got a food truck here, so we can go to this. We can collect that food, because we're going to need that right off the bat. What we're going to do is, we'll end up, well, here's what we're going to do first. If you don't have a food truck, you want to start with putting down a hunter's cottage. That's goal number one. Because what that does for you is, once you get your first tick of income from your command center, you can see that green bar that's filling up here. First tick, you already have all the food. You'll have the food that you need to be able to put down the maximum number of tents to get your first mayor right off the bat. That's key.
Are you sure? You are gonna pay me for
So since we already picked up the food truck, we can just go ahead and put down housing. Now, map 1 sucks for housing, 9 times out of 10. So you just kind of have to do the best you can. Looks like we've got sort of a decent housing area here. And yes, it's going to go over farmland, but there's going to be more farmland. It's not the end of the world. Okay, here are some enemies. Another good thing to do is to get used to using the Alt key to be able to see where the enemies are via their health bars. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Right there. And when you're building housing, you want to make sure that you keep space between them. You always want to make sure that your units can get between your houses. You should explain housing a bit more. Should I?
Yeah.
This is good, actually, for any, if you're watching me because, you know, since you've watched me for months now doing harder things, any little bits of information you give me to relay is great. So with housing, like I was saying, you want to leave plenty of space here so that you can get around. You want to try and lay out your housing to be able to put down a market and a bank once you have those things researched. Because the market increases the food, also allows to sell overflow of resources that you collect. And then the bank helps increase money. I set up housing like crazy, myself included. Yeah. So you can see what I did here was, I started right off next to my command center. Let's see if I can, if for some reason you're going to try and offset your housing, you'll throw yourself off. You always want to make sure that you're lined up, just like I did here. And basically, there's sort of a pattern you can try and create, which is easier on maps 2 and 3 than it is on map 1, which is to create blocks of housing of 5 tents long by 2 wide. And granted, that's sort of dependent on the terrain around you. Yes, and flat mode. Yep, flat mode as well. That's what I was talking about with, Alt gives you the health bars. Oops, sorry, I have Alt on for pause right now. My space bar remapped to health bars, but health bars, always good. Get used to using that. And F4 is flat mode. I have that remapped to my mouse, so it's a quick thing. But that allows you to see the edges of the terrain, the forest, and, mountains if there are mountains. Also easier to see around edges because sometimes things like this, where those trees are, there could be an enemy around there, and you wouldn't necessarily see it because it'd be just behind the mountain and the trees, and you'd have no idea. So flat mode and a combination of flat mode and health bars will let you see where enemies are as you're moving around the map, especially if you get into playing no pause, which may be a little bit further down the road. All right, let's keep going here.
This better be good. Okay.
Let's see what we got. So we've got enough tents.
No,
We get
I'm
our
not
first
pointing
mayor.
any fingers, but I heard
So
somebody
did an
around
update so everyone
here
can use the
needs
mouse?
a
Oh,
mayor.
perfect. Well, there you go. Okay, in this particular instance, if I had a worse choice than our Linka Chester here, I might go with the workers. But the extra resource storage in your warehouse is a fantastic thing. They're definitely worth going for. We're going to take the extra resources on the warehouse.
What? Yeah.
Okay, we have enough money. What we can do now is we can build a sawmill. And you want to, if you can, try and get a sawmill that's at least 10 lumber as your first sawmill. Because you have to,
What's up?
well, I'll show you. I'll tell you why in a minute.
A new task.
Once we get more income, I'll give you the reasons for that.
What do you want?
Grab this wood that's on the ground here.
Gotcha.
Another good reason to use
Faster than my bow.
Alt
Let's go.
to see the health bars on a map like this. Since it's so dark, you might miss the zombies anyway as they're trying to creep into your base, and you don't want that. Let me health bar up there in view. Yes,
You
exactly.
are gonna pay me for this,
Right.
right?
You want to make sure that you're
Building complete.
You are gonna pay me.
well, you basically need to be covering all areas at the same time. So if you're not necessarily comfortable with constantly moving around the map, right, you can always set a unit up on patrol. And then they can just go back and forth, and they'll keep it covered for you while you go explore elsewhere.
Come on.
All right, let's see here. We've got more money, so what we can do now is put down more food. You always want to be gaining food. Always, always, always. That is your goal. And if you have food, use it. Put down housing.
What's up? Any
Okay.
infected around?
She's all right.
What do you want now?
All right, so we're attacking in all these directions right now.
Gotcha.
You want to try and, as you attack, you want to push towards the enemies, and this is particularly true with the soldier. If you get into a group of enemies, let me see if I can find a group. So I'm attacking towards the enemies. After a couple shots, back away. Because units create noise, and that noise spreads out from where they are. And the more noise builds up,
It's better be good.
the more you'll bring in more enemies, and eventually you can become overwhelmed.
What's up? Any
So it's always good to be moving back
Just tell me what
and then pressing forward again. Yes, always use your food, which I need to do right now. I also need power. So hang on a second. I'm going to try and keep track of all the things I need to do while explaining what I'm doing. All right. Let me pause this for a second. When you have enough money and wood, which you need 300 gold and 20 wood, get power down. Once you're below 10 power, right, down here with this little lightning bolt, you want to try and make sure that your power is always above 10. Now, it's going to be lower than that sometimes, but you want to try and keep it above 10 as much as you can, just so you always have that room for error and be able to keep building. Now, here's the other reason why I wanted to get that sawmill with at least 10 lumber. Because Tesla towers that you're using to push your power out cost 10 wood. So if you get something that's less than 10, it can be a real pain in the ass as you wait for, if you get 9 lumber, to try and get the extra 1 lumber on the next tick around to be able to push out. You want to try and keep pushing your power out. Explain that noise is accumulating on the tile, not the unit. I will do that, as Katie just reminded me. Noise, like I was talking about with the soldier. As he's attacking, that noise of shooting is coming from this single tile that he's in right here. So that noise is kind of weird, but the noise builds up from that tile. So if you move him 1 tile over, after 1 second, the noise that's building up dies down. So that's why if you keep moving your soldier around, you stand a better chance of survival and not pulling in extra
any
enemies.
task? Great.
Now let me keep looking around here. We'll push power out on this side.
What? Roger that.
Want to make sure nobody comes in here. I saw this was open and realized that we should probably take a look at it.
Yeah. Take my arrows.
So let's see here. Let's get her back.
You are gonna pay me.
We want to try and keep moving around to our units as we go here.
Gotcha.
You always want them to be doing something.
Great ideas, sir.
And again, when you have extra food and you've got the money, put down housing. Now, here's the thing about tents. I paused it again for us. Tents cost 30 to put down and 15 to delete. Relatively speaking, that's not that expensive. So you're better off putting down as many tents as you possibly can when you have the food and then deleting them later for space. because you just want to make sure you accumulate as much money as you can. So, this map is so dark, I know. So what's the map 1 streak? Yeah, there's no streak. There's no winning streak on this.
At your service.
It's been a while since I played map 1, and yes, map 1 is dark. Map 1 is very dark.
Any orders?
Okay, so let's see here. It is now
Here we go again.
day 2,
Units under attack.
which means we're gonna have
A new task.
random enemies,
Roger that.
creeping into our village here. We don't want that. So what we can do is we can put people on patrol.
A new task.
That'll help for one. This is a pretty long patrol though for her. So what you can do is you can build scratching posts on corners, things like that. So anytime that they come around here, they're gonna go for that post first, and that gives you an early warning system to know the enemies are coming in. On the map, and I feel offended, Donkerson. Okay.
You are gonna pay me for this, right?
All right. Now, speaking of food, let's get ourselves this food here. Do we have access to any other food at the moment? No. So let us get power out this way.
You again. Great.
Don't discount fishing huts.
Commander? Let's go.
You might think hunters' cottages first, but fishing huts are always good.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
This better be good.
Okay. Pull her
Yeah.
back.
Oh, here we go again. Sounds interesting.
Let's get her around up here, so in case they're coming this way, we can stop that from happening.
Great.
Attention. At your service.
Okay.
And here's what we'll do. We'll throw up a couple walls this way. That way we don't have to worry so much about that
Sure.
particular access point. We can stay over here and keep pushing with her.
Yeah.
Attention. Building completed.
I hope you're not wasting.
All right, got ourselves some food. Now, this is a little bit early. It's only day 3. But we've got 1,200 gold, and we've got 50 wood. We could throw down a wood workshop. Although, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold off on that, because I'd rather have this sort of out of the way. I don't want to put this thing in where I want my housing, which right now I'm looking like I'm putting my housing right over here. So we don't want to do that. We're going to plan on having this thing sit maybe over here where it's out of the way. This might work. This is what we'll plan for. So we'll give ourselves power out over here. And we'll keep putting down housing. This the last time you played was when you unlocked map 2. So, yeah, that's true. Win streak 1, yeah.
You again.
So there, by using the health bars, I was able to see that this guy was creeping in. All right, we have enough
Under attack.
money to be able to put down another sawmill, so we need to do that. This map can be particularly tricky when... Oh! Okay, so I wasn't moving quick enough there
Attention.
to save her.
That all?
It's all part of the plan to lose a ranger.
You again. This better be good.
It's,
Great idea.
doesn't look like anybody's creeping in down here. Let's pull her down,
What's up? Any infected around?
and our defenses are being attacked. So there we go.
Roger that.
That's our warning right there. They're over here.
A new
And we got one guy creeping in here.
Are under attack.
Alright, she can go like this. So that's the reason to put down walls.
For the colony.
Alright, let's get that wood workshop placed. Our power just ducked below 10, so we can put down
Building completed.
another one of these. Another mill. Hard mode, rangerless, yes. Yep. Okay, and now that we have power out over here, we can put down more food. We're just going to spend our money, get ourselves food. Why? Building doesn't have access to energy, so we can't do that yet.
Great.
Do you need me? That will be
Let's
easy.
grab some wood, push power out over here, and we can start getting food from that, from this forest here.
A new task. Are you sure?
Okay, so it's day 4. We've got our wood workshop down. You want to try and get your wood workshop down somewhere right around day 4. It's usually the best bet.
At your service.
And at that point, if you haven't picked stone up off the ground,
Building
you want to get a quarry placed.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to end up deleting these houses so I can put a quarry in. 3 is not great, but 3 is better than nothing.
This better be good. Roger that. you put an
Time
arrow
to
in his
explain what a
belly.
YOLO Shocky is. The news will love that. Sure. Okay. Shock tower. Very powerful. Very noisy. So, YOLO Shock Tower would be if you have no other options for survival and you just say, screw it, I'm going to get this thing repaired and let whatever enemies come. But like I said, it's very loud. You don't really want to run a shocking tower on its own unless you have a couple ballistas to back it up. Now I need to listen to my own advice here. We've got food. Let's go. So you can see what I'm doing here is I left a space right here. I want to make sure that my units can get through, whichever way. They always have a clear path through.
What?
Just guide me to the infected.
All right, let's push this way.
Oh, here we go again. Great.
So since I don't have a unit down here, I'm thinking of pushing her out this way. We're going to throw a wall up on the corner.
Attention. Building completed.
Nicely done. Wow, thank you, Katie. Wood workshop is set. First thing, farms. Always farms, because farms give you food. Food means you can build more houses. More houses means more money, means you can do more things.
Yes.
Always food.
They are attacking the colony.
Now show them the yellow.
What?
Maybe.
Do you need me?
So there. See, we threw up those walls down here?
That's right.
We just got the alert. Enemies are attacking the walls.
Yeah.
So that's going to save us. We're going to do the same thing down here.
The walls are under
All the
attack.
corners. Now, when you lay out your Tesla towers here, especially in your housing, you want to try and make sure you leave space for the next batch of housing. So I don't want to put this down here because then I'm blocking where my next tents can go. So if I move this one up, I can get 2 more tents in here. Right here and here. Let's go. Let's grab the 10 food. We're going to get another sawmill. Wood is always good.
Defenses are being attacked.
You are gonna be.
If you can get yourself 30 wood early on, you're in good shape. Alright, our soldier just became a veteran.
Everything okay?
That's good. He can kill things faster now.
Great.
Which also means he's creating a little bit more noise. So we still need to be careful with him.
Colony defenses.
Oh, more orders. Gotcha.
Alright, let's bring her back to help defend that. So at this point now, we just focus on expanding power out. Let's do this. They're trying to break through somewhere. I think she took care of it.
Building completed.
Let's repair.
Here we go again.
We can throw down those houses.
Attention.
I can't see anything on this map. It's so dark. Alright.
Attention.
So right now we're pretty good. It may not seem like the colony is well defended, but we do have most
You are
points
gonna
covered.
pay for this, right?
The walls are under attack.
We'll go like that. We'll block our Tesla tower so they can't destroy that thing.
Time.
And we can see one guy coming back over here.
Defenses are being attacked.
What do you want now? What?
Great idea.
So we'll bring the soldier back to there. She can handle this. So this is why you want to keep moving around.
Colony defenses.
Those enemies will keep on creeping in. Alright, we got 56 food up here.
Attention. Building.
Our first farm is down.
What? Gotcha.
Do you need me?
Let's repair the walls that need repairing, and we'll send her back out.
Come on.
Now, 600. Let's go.
They are trying to break
Let's get more housing. And what else can we do? Oh, they're trying to break through, and I don't have her up here.
As long as you pay me.
The walls are under attack.
Send power out. We're almost down below 10 with our power, so we might as well build another mill.
What's up?
Our
Any
defenses are
infected
being
around?
attacked.
Oh, here we
Let's
go
see.
again.
Just need to figure out where I want to put it.
It could be worse.
Attention. Building completed.
I don't want to go here because I don't want to block
They are
housing.
attacking the colony defenses.
You ever watched Man vs. Food with Adam Richman? I have not.
Just guide me to the
Come on back here.
Attention. Building completed.
What's up? Any infected
So she's going to
around?
be able to cover all this. We're fine here.
So
Attention.
tired.
One's coming back.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
Okay, here's a little tip right off the bat. The advanced buildings in general.
That's who.
You may want to get them. You can accomplish most things with just the regular buildings. So an advanced mill might seem good, but all these advanced buildings are really expensive. And on top of that, so in the case of the advanced mill, it takes more workers than the regular mill. When it's a bonus, it's not as bad, especially since the mill is something that creates power instead of using it. Most of the advanced buildings use significantly more power, by the ratio than what the tier 1 building would do. So most times you can get away with just a tier 1 building. The only time that you really would use advanced things is if you're running out of space and you can't put anything more down. In this case, though, we're going to take the soldiers. Yes, and upkeep on those things as well. So what we're going to do is I'm going to send all these soldiers out to the various points here. I don't want to keep them bunched up, just because of the noise factor. All right, so the next thing we're going to research here is, let's go with, well, at this point, I'm already over 200 colonists, for one. At 200 colonists, that's when you can put down a market. You can't put down a market before that. So since we're already over 200 colonists, I'm just going to research the market so we can get that sooner, because that's going to give us even more food. Our defenses are being attacked. Alright, so we're going to throw up a wall here, just to make things safer. So we've got a few guys over here now. Let's bring him down here to help her out.
Sorry, sir. I was trying to break through.
Alright, we're going to send these units all out.
Commander?
Let's do this. Now that we have units here, we can delete those walls. They're not necessary. The new one with the ballistic stakes might be better in a beginner setting. That is true. Well, a noob might. If they're pausing and they're taking the time and they're following the rule of always going for food first at the beginning here. It's true, though. Stake traps are definitely something you want to have researched before the first wave comes in. What's up, Guardian? Yes, it's a tutorial run. I don't know if I can make it exciting or not. I just hope that in the long run, somebody finds it valuable. Alright, more food. Since we're pushing this way with the soldier, we can keep him here. We don't have to keep pushing necessarily, but he's there so he can defend. And we can safely put power out. Funny if you lose, actually. I know, Donkerson. I have to make sure that I don't lose. It would be embarrassing. Alright, let's, we'll leave this space open for now, since we just closed this off. Oh boy. We got a few people. Let's bring some help over here. We'll wrap him around, too. Alright, so we'll get the stake traps now. You can also build another farm. Let's go right here. For 48 food. You definitely want to keep your farms above 20. Farms that are below 20 are really not worth it. This is just a tutorial. I'll make some food. See you soon. I watch from afar. Alright, Guardian. Alright. What else can we stop and talk about here for a second? Okay. We have enough stone. We're up over 24. It took a while because we're only getting 3 stone per tick on this quarry, but we can now build ourselves... hang on a second. We can build ourselves a soldier center. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So you can see as I was building here, I've been careful to make sure that I haven't put any other buildings within my designated housing area. And as I was building stuff up here, I was leaving space for these buildings to go in. Yeah, almost broke your don't block off rule. I know. I didn't, though. I kept it open. We still have a little bit of money, so we can throw down something for more food here. Let's take her up this way. She can go here. Now, when you're pushing, you want to be pushing east and west first. You really don't want to go south or north. You have the special infected that way. So you really don't want to... You can go those directions, maybe with a ranger. You don't really want to be pushing those directions with a soldier because they're just so loud. Let's give ourselves a wall for safety.
You are gonna pay me for this, right?
Is everything okay?
Alright, we've got a lot of food right now. I'm thinking at this point that our market is going to go over here.
Ready and waiting.
A market goes, it will cover 5 tents out with a space. So I left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here and deleted those 2 tents. So when I put a market down here, it'll cover, you know, as much of it as of this as it possibly can. And then I can keep throwing more and more tents in.
Units under attack.
Units under attack. Okay, so he pulled an executive.
Let's go.
Those are one of the running enemies. Do a lot more damage. More dangerous. So we'll pull back at that point. The moment you start seeing runners, pull yourself back. Better to be safe than sorry. Okay. So, at this point, we're doing pretty well because we've obviously researched farms. We've researched the stake traps. So the stake traps are going to be just fine for the first wave. It's all you need. You might think you need a ballista. You won't need a ballista. Trust me, and you'll see why. We've got the market already researched, so we're good to put that down as soon as we have stone. At this point, I would suggest going with cottages, because particularly now, and particularly on this map, you're probably going to start running out of space for housing. So you'll need to start upgrading in order to keep getting your money, to keep increasing your income. So we'll go with cottages. Let's see here. Tell them that unit zombies cannot walk through diagonal tight spots, only straight through tile. Okay. So let me see if I could find something like that. I don't really... I guess this is maybe the closest thing to being able to demonstrate that. So this, from here to here, these 2 tiles. Let me see if I pull up a wall here. So this tile and this tile. A zombie can't walk through that because right here is the edge of the pond. So that's why I put this post right here instead of, say, right here or here. They can't walk through this diagonal. They can only walk through an open area. So I suppose that is helpful to know. Donkerson, you finished the last Marvel Netflix series. How would you place them when you compare them to each other? For me, it's Daredevil, Punisher, Jessica Jones, Punisher, Luke Cage, Iron Fist. Didn't you already ask me this question? I feel like you asked me this question already.
What do you want now?
I think I enjoyed Daredevil more than the others. And then from there, I don't know how much they really matter to me in general. So we're going to do the same thing here, throw a couple walls, which I'm going to do as a total. That way he can push and have a wall to move back to. Let's go. So now granted, for somebody who's new, this is maybe a little dangerous. I'm definitely pushing housing closer and closer to my soldier and where I've got enemies. So if you do something like this, either put up walls to protect, or just constantly be moving back to check your soldier or your unit or whoever so that you don't have enemies creeping in. That's if you watch them? Oh, okay. So, alright, we've got ourselves a soldier center. Let's get ourselves some rangers. Rangers are great. They're quiet. They don't cost food. So in that case, if you are low on food, you don't have to worry about that. They are half the cost of soldiers and don't require iron. So they're definitely the way to go, and you can use them to easily push and cover all your points of entry as you continue to push out as well. So I just put 3 in there for now. We also dip below our 10 energy, so we're going to put down another mill.
You are going to pay for this, right? Yeah.
Rangers are great. I can confirm. Yes, Guardian can confirm that.
You again.
Just tell me what to do.
All right, if you have a unit, if you have a soldier in particular that's shooting
You again.
constantly,
Commander?
make sure to pull them back every so often, like I was saying at the beginning.
This better be good.
You want to make sure that that noise generation stays low. Let's do this. We'll delete these walls because
Everything okay?
we're continuing to push out.
Orders, sir.
Okay, that gives us our
What?
safety
You are
net
gonna
there.
pay me for this,
We'll
right?
send our first ranger here. Send our next one up to this point. Oh, but zombies can melee through diagonals. God, I have so much wisdom to share. You'll be annoyed in a little bit with my suggestions. No, Katie, this is good because I don't necessarily know the best way to relay the information So you giving extra advice on the side is good, because then we can just get all of these different perspectives in here on the start. So you can backseat my tutorial, that's fine. What's up, Mordhorst?
What? Aren't there other units
Okay,
to
so at
gather?
this point,
Gotcha.
I don't necessarily want to keep pushing further north. We're pretty far up on the minimap, you can see. I would say we're going to leave this unit here. She can just patrol back and forth, and it should be fine. As a precaution, I may give ourselves a couple walls around these buildings, just so that, just in case, if she were over here and got caught in a battle, they didn't creep down this way and suddenly take out a building. So once that happens, it's done.
You are gonna pay me for this, right? Bow and arrows.
Commander?
Ready.
Alright, we're going to keep on moving this way. Looks like we got kind of lucky here with a bit of a pocket. Alright, we got a ranger coming up this way.
Everything okay?
We'll send our next ranger over here.
Commander? Let's go.
Alright, we have access. Do we have more food that we can build on? Yes, we got 36. Okay,
You are gonna pay me for
let's
this,
take her
right?
this way. So first wave, it's day 10. First wave is actually kind of a little bit late. Usually comes in somewhere towards the end of day 9, beginning of day 10. But we're going to find out where they are very shortly.
Bow and arrows are ready.
Any orders?
So this is great. This is
Is everything okay?
wonderful, in fact.
This better be good.
And this whole area here could end up being a second housing area if we wanted it to be.
All right. Our forces are in danger.
You knew I was a beginner, Mordhorst? Yep. Confirmed. Okay. So here's the thing, too, that you want to keep track of. And this is much easier if you're pausing as you're going. You know that the wave is going to be coming in. And in our case, we know we're going to be using stake traps for the first wave. So stake traps, since I'm paused, I can put these things down and not have it cost me anything. What you want to do is you want to make sure that for the first wave, you're going to have a square of at least 9. 9 total stake traps here. Hey, Fluffy Battle Unicorn, thank you for the 2 months. Appreciate it. Or warehouse spot with ore and such. Yes, we could do that too, Katie. And I'll get there. So we're going to want to have a square block of at least 9. But you want to make sure that it's far enough away from any other buildings. So like this is a good place. If let's just say that the wave was going to come in here, we have plenty of space to put down stake traps and be able to take care of these enemies without them getting too close to the buildings. But the other areas, if I hold down E, I can show my energy grid. Like particularly here, it's very, very close to our buildings, and we don't have enough space. So right now, we want to make sure that, well, we'll see where they come in, but you want to make sure that you push power out, so you have that space to work with. And we'll do that once the wave shows up. We'll see where they come from, and we'll deal with it.
Soldiers are in trouble.
This better be good. Roger that.
Do you
Okay.
need me?
Now, as Katie mentioned about a warehouse, let me see, I'm going to research. Here's a good one for beginners. Right now, with the money that I have, I might have gone straight to the stone workshop. But a lookout tower can be your best friend. It's relatively inexpensive, and it'll open up huge areas of vision for places that you haven't been yet. So very, very much useful.
Orders, sir.
Let's keep
go.
pushing toward. Oh, right. Gotta get myself out of pause here.
A new task.
Commander?
Yeah, don't spend all your money before the wave comes in. Yes, that is another good point from
You are gonna
Katie.
pay me for this, right?
Make sure you have money for the wave. Now, delete. We don't have any enemies here, so I feel safe deleting. Throw this up. And we can put down a hunter's cottage here. Remember, food.
At your service.
Food, 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 always. Let's go like this. We still don't have stone for our market, but that's okay. We don't need it yet. And as Katie mentioned too, you could also build a warehouse. A warehouse, you might think that you want that early on, but you don't necessarily need it right off the bat. Well, here's what we can do. I can't build anything else. Let's start upgrading cottages. 2 cottages. We had all that extra wood. We have 50 wood. We got all the gold. We can't build tents right now, so we'll upgrade. Where the heck is the wave? I don't know. They are taking their time.
Gotcha. My bow is ready.
All right.
So we've done a good job pushing out. We've gained a ton of space already. Do we have?
Attention. Building completed.
We don't have forest area that we could put down another
Completed.
sawmill on yet, or do we? Maybe we can go up here.
Dozens of infected are
Nope,
near the
we
colony.
can't. Okay, from the
They are
west.
approaching from the west.
So Fortunately, now we have power out here. We have space to be able to put down our traps. It's a little close to the tents. This is a little bit close. Maybe what we'll do is... I don't know if we're going to have enough time. Here's the thing. When in doubt, and I'll just do it as an example. When in doubt, the enemies are close and tents are close, we're going to delete some tents. Better to pull back and make sure you've got that extra space to work with. So, it is possible they'll come down here. We'll see what they do. But I'm assuming it's going to be here, and we'll have enough time to build those traps.
Tell me. Orders,
Let's go
sir.
here.
What's up? Any infected around?
Do you need me?
So again, this
Tell
is...
me.
We're pretty far south now.
Orders, sir.
Technology research
I will
finished.
kill
So you can see we've got runners now here.
At
Definitely
your
worth pulling back. We're going to pull back much further so that the shots that he fires doesn't draw in more. And we've got 3 hours until the wave hits. No name main. I don't quite understand German enough, so I can't really answer your whatever it is, what your question is there.
You are gonna pay me for this, right?
Okay, so they're coming in much higher than I thought they were going to. Their goal is to go the most direct route to your command center. Now, it is possible that they come up over top here. So what we're going to do is we're going to push power out over here and get ready for that just in case. And we have wood. So in case they come down here too, we're going to throw down that grid, the 9-square grid that I was talking about. German, anybody? There are a few. There are a few German speakers here. So this is us getting ready on this side. We've got power going out here so we can put down stake traps up in the north if we need to. I'm going to research the stone workshop because I've got the extra money, and you definitely don't ever want to be capping on your money. One of the greatest sins. Let's go here. Okay, so it looks like they're coming south based on this arrow. There's something over here that's preventing them from coming over this way. So they're coming down south. This will be fine. We'll bring a ranger up here, and we'll use her to kite the enemies. We're going to be circling around this stake trap here,
Orders, sir.
and that'll kill them.
Gotcha.
What percentage is this? This is 320. Maybe what I'll do is I'll put that in the title just so that anybody who's hopping in can see that. Give me 2 seconds here. So it's not on Nightmare population, it's on Brutal population, but it's still 80 days. There, that should do it. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. So we're good over here. What we'll do, just as a slight precaution, we will throw up... I don't think we're going to need it, but we'll just be safe. We have the wood.
You again.
There's no reason to take
Any orders?
unnecessary chances.
Building completed.
So we can see that skull is getting pretty close.
Do you need me?
Okay, here's what we're going to do.
Whatever you say, as long as you pay me.
We're going to get them into a big, tight group here,
Okay, but it's gonna cost you double.
and we're going to run them right into the stake traps.
Yes.
Fortunately, we've got everything else. All our other angles are protected, so we can sit here and we can watch this.
Yeah.
Just going to keep moving them around. And there's your first wave. Done. Stake traps, really efficient. They're not expensive. You can delete them and get your materials back.
Search finished.
Definitely worth it. Okay,
Building complete.
now, let's see here. We can do 2 things. We could throw down a warehouse, and that might seem alright because, well, we're getting high on money, we're getting high on wood, we're getting high on stone. But instead, let's put down this market here so we can keep getting food, be able to keep upgrading our housing. That needs to be our priority. Let's see here. I think what I'm going to do, now that I'm looking at this, is I may delete these 4 houses right here. I'm going to put this building right here instead. First wave done, I know. PogChamp. Okay. We also need more lumber. At 30 lumber, we're pretty good, but we want to be having... we really need as much lumber as we can get. I'm going to throw down 2 sawmills, because we're going to be starting to upgrade our housing, which costs lumber.
You're not gonna pay me for this, right?
We can also now delete those stake traps. We don't need them.
What?
Our forces are in danger.
Okay, our forces are in danger. Let's pull her back.
This, right?
Is that a pocket area east? Hard to tell because I can't see shit. I know. Yes, this is all a pocket in here, Guardian. It's pretty nice. I'm not even expanding as fast as I could be just because I keep on stopping to try and think of things to talk about, to explain here.
On your orders.
Oh, more.
Alright, we really don't need to keep pushing too much further than this. We do need more power, though. Yes, you do always want to keep expanding the pockets. They are OP, as Guardian is putting it.
Arrows are ready.
Okay, so here's a perfect example of using a lookout tower. So we have power up over here. We haven't pushed beyond this, so we don't know what's there. We could send the soldier, or we could just wait. We can put down a lookout tower. Is this the best place to do this? I'm wondering if there might be a better place to show more. This is probably a good one right here. We can go out here. We know that this is safe. So we can put this out here. And this is just going to reveal everything that's over here for us.
What?
Attention.
Will chat be visible when you upload this to YouTube?
Attention.
No,
Building
it
complete.
won't. That's the downside. So that's why if anybody's offering up advice, I'm going to do my best to try and repeat what people are saying and incorporate it.
Is everything okay?
A new task.
Okay, we can keep moving with them.
My bow and arrows are ready. This better be good.
I threw a couple more rangers into the soldier center here so we can
What?
send those up top. We're actually pretty low on units at the moment. Well, we have the extra soldiers that we got with that first mayor, so
Building
that's
complete.
helpful.
Just guide me to the end.
So we got all these runners. Let's pull him back. We're gonna run away. Give ourselves a wall here. We'll be safe about it.
Completed.
What's up, Meister? Do you think you look like Simon and Ted?
Building complete.
Who's Simon in Ted?
My bow and arrows are ready.
Just guide me to the infected. Do you
Okay,
need
we're
me?
good. We're good. So there. So you can see what the lookout tower did for us. We get to see all of this area now. So we can tell. Let's see here. Do we have? We're not at the edge of the map yet. So what we're gonna do? We can make a plan of action now. Looks like we've got one runner up here. You can tell by the lighter color. This one's a runner as well. Runners move faster than walkers, clearly. Who else is here? Hey, Tiffany. Why don't you have chat on your stream? I saw you had on the stream starting soon to see. Yes, because I wanted to have extra things on that screen. But for the gameplay, I just haven't made that jump to having it on screen. I could do that. And maybe if there are future tutorials, I'll add it. Like young Simon and TWD. Oh, in The Walking Dead. Gotcha. Okay.
What do you want now?
So we're gonna send her up.
New task. What? Yes, tell me. But be quick.
Okay, she might get a hit once or twice, but she'll be okay.
Are in trouble.
All right, so much food.
Building
We need to do something about this. When in doubt, throw down tents. I'm sitting on so much food, and people would be very angry at me for that. Okay, this is blocked off here, so
Guide me to the infected.
Attention.
we
Building
can
complete.
throw ourselves a wall here, delete these walls,
Any
and we'll be good.
orders?
No name, thank you for the follow.
Attention. Building complete.
So what we're gonna do right now is just gonna keep on pushing power out to the places that we've claimed.
Attention.
And we'll get a couple more units as well, just to help with expansion.
Commander?
We are angry. Yes, it was you in particular that I was thinking of, Guardian, when I made that comment.
Service.
You are gonna pay me for this, right?
Okay, we can. Let's see here. Let's get ourselves some more stone, because now we do need to put down a warehouse soon for one. So we're gonna need to start accumulating more stone so we can make that happen.
My bow and arrows are ready.
Okay. We've got units now. She can push here. She's blocking this.
A new task. You again.
And we'll just step these 4 units forward.
Better be good. You again.
I know, Bursuck. It is really dark. It is very, very dark.
Orders, sir.
It's unfortunate how dark it is.
Ready and waiting.
But we'll all just deal with it. Delete. We don't need these walls. Although, rather than delete those walls right now, since we're already maxed out on wood, I'll wait to do that. Oh, you know what?
Attention. Building completed.
Let's cancel these, because I think those are going to be deleted for a bank later on. We'll upgrade these houses over here.
Building completed.
Let me put an arrow in his head.
Come on.
Okay.
Building
Any orders?
So, we're still good. We've got all our points covered. And we still have 3-4 days before the wave comes in.
Tell me,
Roger that.
Attention.
Okay.
Building completed.
Commander.
Let's keep upgrading. And now you can see we're spending a lot of lumber on upgrading, so I'm going to throw down another sawmill.
This better be good.
Again, map 1 can be pretty brutal when it comes to lumber.
Oh,
So any opportunity
here we
you
go
get
again.
to get more
This better
lumber
be
put
good.
down,
Yes.
more sawmills, do it.
Attention.
Maybe explain why expanding east-west is easier because less specials. Well, I did kind of touch upon that earlier. But yes, as you get north and south, you have the special infected. The harpies are pretty much the worst of them. They move really fast. They do a lot of damage. You've got spitters, which throw venom out over distance and can destroy your buildings and wipe out your units really quick. And you have the fatties, these just big lumbering enemies, which also do a lot of damage and can take a lot of damage. So by expanding east and west first, you're just pretty much going to be going into walkers and some runners. You can push out to your edges more easily than north and south. This is a good wood map for some reason. I know, Guardian. Yeah, this is this is crazy. You're definitely, if you're new, you're not necessarily going to see this. You think Titans are OP? Yes, Titans can be very much overpowered. And as Guardian just said, if you get them with a mayor, then yes. Because if you get them early on, you can wreck a map.
This better be good.
So let's see here. We're gonna get this unpaused and we'll keep going here.
Here we go again.
So I don't really want to be pushing too much further south because of those special infected. I'm just going to take this nice and slow here.
Understood.
Not going to attack, but I'm going to explore a little.
On your order.
Our forces are in danger.
Let's see who's in danger.
You are gonna
Okay, she's
pay
okay.
for this, right?
But let's give ourselves a wall. Let's upgrade.
Attention. Building completed.
And what else can we do? We can even put down another sawmill. Maybe what I'll do first is plan on food here. So, unfortunately, the sawmills and the food don't work out perfectly, that you could just, skip one to the other. Because if I put this one here, my next one could go here, but I think that blocks a sawmill that could go there as well. So I kind of have to figure out what I want to do. So we put the sawmill here. If we put this sawmill right here, we have space for food to go right here and up here. 13. We can get lumber down here. All right, so this spaces out pretty well over here. What is my YouTube? I don't have one yet, actually. That was my thought, was maybe I would take this and make this the first video on there.
So tired.
All right, here's actually, I know what we're going to do. We're going to take and put down a lookout tower so we can see what's over here.
What? Gotcha. Faster than my bow.
Let's go. Let's give ourselves a couple more rangers up in the north
Soldiers are in trouble.
so we can keep pushing this safely.
Oh, more orders.
Still good everywhere? She can attack north. There aren't any, well, there's a couple runners up here, but she can safely push north and we won't have any problems. Oop. Hello, executive. Storage deposit? Soon, yep. Yep. That was why we got the extra quarry here. So now, like I was saying, this could be a second housing area. It's pretty decent. The only thing is there's a lot of farmland here, and so warehouses help increase the efficiency of all your production buildings. So you can see it's got the little green sign over the quarry here. It's going to increase what that is getting by probably 1, I think, and it'll increase farms as well. What do I want to do? Don't forget the ballista to cover from random waves that appear after second wave. Thank you, Guardian, for reminding me of that. We are at that point. I'm actually doing it a little bit later than what you would want to do if you're new to the game. You pretty much want to probably start putting down ballistas at every major choke point by the beginning of day 15, just because they're so expensive. You're not necessarily going to have the income that I've got right now. I think for the sake of this, I'm going to make this... I'm just going to make this all farmland and warehouse and all that instead of a second housing area. So let's do this. So, let's see, where do we need to go? We can make this our furthest point north for the time being and get a ballista in here, and that'll help cover for most of this. Anybody who's, well, these enemies might want to wander down through here, so we'll need to have a ballista over on this side as well. Thanks, Guardian. I know you got me.
My bow is ready. Okay.
Units under attack.
But just because we're planning on stopping there
Great.
doesn't mean that we won't keep pushing out this direction.
What?
You can see we've got some runners, so I'm pulling back. Make sure that they get closer to the other units here. They can help out.
What?
Our forces are in danger.
My arrow.
Okay. And, oh, I never even researched ballistas. So we'll get on that right now.
Arrows are ready. You are gonna pay me for this, right? Are you sure?
Attention. Building completed.
A new task. I hope it
Oh, we're
relates
good.
to my
So
task.
this is all, because this is curved over, they're just going to come straight down through here. This is their only point of entry. So one ballista up here will work to cover the north.
Building completed.
Lakes look like undiscovered land. Makes me nervous, yeah. Okay. Oh, look at this. We have a village. Conveniently, with only... This is pretty much the only point of access that village has, so as long as we don't get too close, we're not going to trigger them. You're going to pinch throw down 2 layers of traps and a layer of wood walls. If it's in the right choke point or pathing area, the zombies will spread out and get stuck on the traps and die. That's what AJ just said. So that is also a good way to prevent being overrun, is when you do have a ballista, or even if you don't have ballistas. I mean, it's good to use traps no matter what, but you can throw down a couple layers of walls, some traps in front of it, and usually you'll be able to hold off the next wave. 29 viewers? Nice! I guess people are interested.
What? Yes.
Okay, so we're going to keep pushing this out. Now that I've got this and I can see, I'm going to delete this. I don't need it here. It's taking up space. We can at least see the lay of the land. It's no longer necessary.
For this, right?
All right, we're down low on power, so let's get that taken care of. Let's find a space for this. We can put it... Let's go up here. And we'll keep on pushing power out to all these choke points, because that's where we're going to want to have these ballistas, in all these choke points. This map has 1 village, and we found it. Yeah. Oh, is that it? Does map 1 only have 1 village?
Taste my arrows. Right between the eyes. You call that a plan?
All right, we're going to
What?
double these units up.
You are gonna
They can kill faster if they're doubled up, but we're not going to push too hard. We're just going to move forward a little bit at a time here.
you again.
Orders, sir.
Why did you decide to put the mill there? I put the mill there because it was an open space, and there's still, well, obviously you can't put these buildings right next to each other anyway, so you wouldn't be blocking pathing there, but that was the closest open space that was easy to find, not too much time spent hunting for a spot. And we still have room to be able to put another building down in here, so we could put like another soldier center down here or something. No, it's good. You know, tell me things as you see them. Ask me questions, so I have to explain. You consider putting it down in 2 other places before you decide on that space? Okay, well, I can explain why. So I was thinking of putting it over here, but I'd be blocking a housing spot if I did that, and I might want to have a house put to here. I was also, where was I looking as well? Up here. The reason why I didn't put it down up here is because I know I'm going to be putting fishing cottages down here, and I don't know exactly what that layout is going to be, so I don't want to put this down now and have it block where they're going to go. So rather than deal with that, I put it somewhere totally safe. Religion Doom's vision hearing range against a ranger is 18 tiles. If you're more than 18 away, you won't trigger it. So, okay, that's what AJ's saying right now is there's a certain distance from the village that you can be without triggering it with noise, which is 18 tiles? Against a ranger? I think it's less than that. You can get pretty close. I think it's only like 9. 9 or 10. I mean, 18 is definitely safe. With a ranger. I mean, a soldier, if he's over here, there's possible that he could draw from there. And it could be when he was first going south and we ran into those runners down here. It could be that when he was shooting up here, it drew some of them out and around and they were just sitting here. Fight, Dane. You're not sick anymore. No fear. I don't feel like a zombie. They're not my brothers anymore. Just kill the bastards. You got it, Dane. Let's see here. We're set up here for ballista. This side's a little weak. We're good here. We'll be good up here. Power is good. All right. I think we're okay.
They are trying to break through.
Yes, he's gonna get down there in time to take care of that guy who's breaking through.
Other units to bother?
All right, ballistas are done. So
Completed.
we're gonna put one right up here, and we're gonna give it a little bit of walls just to protect it. That's all you need. This will cover if they're coming from this side or from here. They'll hit those walls first, and we'll be
You are
safe.
gonna pay me for this, right?
Kinetic will kill them.
Building
Yeah.
completed.
Oh, we're being attacked. Let's pull her back.
You again.
The walls are under attack.
All right, we've got food, we've got wood, we've got money. All right, I'm gonna delete those walls now. Give us the wood so we can put down another ballista. Let's go. If we go right here, it's not great, but we can kind of cover both sides.
A new task.
Building completed.
This isn't a pinch.
Oh, more orders. Yes, tell
All right, so we've got more runners out here. Let's come back. We don't need to push that.
A new task.
All right, we cleared this back. I'm going to take these rangers now, and we're going to move them elsewhere. I think what we're going to do is we're going to come down to this point here so we can start pushing towards the edge of the map next. Let's see here, let's put this ballista right here.
Building completed.
Give ourselves some more
A
walls.
new task.
Yep, we're getting into walls now. 18 tiles isn't that much, it's only 5/10 worth. Isn't 5/10 worth? Wouldn't that be 10 tiles? Since they only take up 2 tiles each? Just, trying to do some basic math there.
One.
9, yes, there we go. 9/10 sounds more reasonable. All right, so we still have, we're coming up on the time when this next wave is going to be in, and we still have a couple points that we have to defend. Kill a shock tower in your base before you repair it on accident? Good idea. Let's get rid of that. You can also use the resources. Again, that's for 0 chance to spawn. Gotcha,
What
yeah.
do you want
Yeah,
now?
well, the thing is, you might want to have
Our soldiers are in trouble.
just a couple enemies coming out of the village at a time.
You are gonna
Building
pay me for
completed.
this, right? What? Great.
Okay, let's do... Nope, you're going to stay here.
Commander?
We'll get ready to push this out. She can heal up.
What? You are gonna pay me for this, right?
Now he farms iron so you can get snipers. Yes, I did put down an iron quarry here. Because I haven't even researched snipers yet. So some people I've seen who are new go for snipers right off the bat. And you don't necessarily need to do that.
Just guide me to
I don't even know that we need to cover
the
this.
great idea, sir.
I never finished exploring it.
Yes.
Commander?
Building
That will
completed.
be easy.
Wait, I didn't.
Let's go.
Okay.
Building completed.
We're probably actually not even going to get hit here. Because anybody coming up from the south, I think is... some might come up around this way to get to the command center. It is possible. But it's more likely, I think, that they'll come through here if they're on this side of the map. So this may be an unnecessary ballista. What about instructional YOLO? Next time, perhaps. Alright, we're low on power again. We're down at 8. So we're going to put down more power. Put it over here because it's not blocking anything. It's perfectly safe. No problems. Let's get our ballista over here. And now, so we're pretty much covered. It's not terrific, but at brutal population, we should be okay. If anything, this might be a problem. We're probably going to want to have 2 ballistas here at some point.
You again. My bow is ready.
Let's throw down some more housing. and we'll keep pushing out.
Do you need me?
You again.
All right, let's see what's down here.
Units under
Here
attack.
we go again. Gotcha.
Yep,
This
come on
better
back.
be good. You again. Okay.
You always want to scout to see if it's a Mega Village of Doom or a Minor Village of Doom. As this is what AJ is saying. Mega Village of Doom has the big grand hall, which is, yes, exactly. There'll be a big town hall in the middle, sort of I think it's octagonal, maybe hexagonal, but I think it's octagonal. And basically, if you see that, the village has fatties in there, so it's definitely more dangerous.
Attention. Building completed.
All right,
Attention.
and they're coming from the
Building
east.
completed. Attention. Building completed.
Pro tip: don't confuse east with west. Can get you into trouble. Okay, so east, we know they're hitting one of two spots. They're either coming down here or they're coming up here.
Any orders?
We're gonna wait to see exactly where they're coming from to put down a second ballista. Okay, sniper still after I've dropped my bank down.
Building completed.
Yeah, you can. It really depends.
Better be good.
I mean, sometimes I'll have had snipers by now.
Just guide me to
I think that depends on the map too.
For the colony!
Yeah, let's put down our stone workshop, even though that kind of killed my money, and now I don't have the money to be able to build a second ballista, but that's okay. What we're going to do in that case, since we only have one ballista, is we're going to throw up a couple layers of walls. And we're going to put down traps in here. They will not run into that ballista up there, in your opinion? Yeah, probably not.
Any orders?
Probably not now, anyway. So we're going to do this with just one ballista. No, you know what? That's maybe silly.
Our
That's maybe a
defenses
recipe for
are
disaster.
attacked.
Orders, sir.
What I am going to do is I'm going to pull all my rangers in.
Commander?
And we're going to sell some stone to give ourselves money for this ballista.
Just guide me to the infected.
Whatever you say. As long as you
Map 1, you can have snipers whenever you like.
They are
The
attacking
aggro is a lot less than 4.
defenses.
Yeah. Yeah. Oops, not pause. So with double walls here and the units over here, this is going to be okay. The stake traps are killing them too. The second ballista is probably not necessary, though it's not bad to have. Just for some reason, the village was going to start attacking us. We're good.
Orders, sir. Let's go.
Ah, you know what? No, we don't need it. We're going to delete it. That's another tip. If you have extra defenses and you don't need them, delete it. Especially ballistas. They cost 15 gold per, 8 hours. So that's pretty expensive. Aggro even? Yeah, that's right. Alright, we're going to do what I should have done before. Get some walls around here. Protect things as they come in. And let's see here. What else?
Waiting on orders.
So at this point, I'm thinking what we're going to do is we're going to take all our units up to here and push through this section.
Of course.
We know we can't really go further north right now. We could keep pushing this side, but we don't have to. I'm just going to wall it off. We'll keep upgrading. Actually, what do I want to do now? We have our stone workshop up. We also still haven't researched snipers. I'll go to snipers first because that's probably what beginner's going to have is you're going to go through everything within the wood workshop before they get through the stone workshop. So let's research snipers. Now time to push economy with the pocket? Yes, exactly. That is the other thing. Now that we've got this break, we have a full 6 days before the next wave comes in. We want to try and get everything upgraded, get as much income as we possibly can. So, let's see here, we can start putting down this stuff. Get farms put in. We'll take the 70 right there. There's the VOD. Well, I don't want to go this way. I don't want to push this yet. But that's why I'm saying we're going up here.
You need me?
We'll even give ourselves another ranger.
Walls are under attack.
Uh-oh.
They are trying to break into the building.
So. That's not good. Alright. New plan. Ranger's going to come down here. clearly they can run up around and hit this building. And that's now an important thing. Even though zombies can't run through the diagonal here, they can still hit buildings through that diagonal, which is kind of silly. But so it means what we need to do is we'll have to push around this corner to clear out the enemies that are preventing me from building a wall right here. Oh, you know what? I'm not building a wall because I don't have power there. That's the reason for that. Okay, let's
Building
Orders,
complete.
sir.
separate these groups out just a little bit.
You are gonna pay me for this, right?
When you're pushing, you generally don't want to have all your units bundled up together.
My bow and arrow.
Stand a better chance of losing multiple units altogether. So try and keep them apart.
Come on.
It's kind of tricky if you're pushing through a small choke, but
Let's go.
oh, come here.
At your service.
All right, I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit here because I've got extra money. As far as the woodwork or the stonework shop goes, depending on the day, if you have the stonework shop down and it's late and you're getting close to wave 3 at day 26, day 27, you probably want to go for stone walls first just to have that added security. If you've got a good cushion and you don't have to worry about it, you probably want to go for a bank first, provided you have enough colonists. You need at least 400 colonists to be able to build a bank. So you want to balance that. If you have the money, but you don't have the colonists, then it's probably not worth researching the bank and spending that 800 gold on that. At that point, you might want to just go for stone walls anyway, or a power plant. I'm going to go for a bank, though.
Attention. Building completed.
I'm going to throw down another mill.
Attention. Building completed.
Okay, let's move them forward.
You again. Whatever you say.
Our soldiers
As
are
long
in
as you
trouble.
pay me.
Of course.
All right, so you can see we're just kind of continually moving them out.
And your
Attention.
tax. Are there
Technology
other
research
units to
finished.
bother?
Perfect.
Okay, we've got snipers researched. So, let's, what do we need to do? Let's get more power, because I have to upgrade a lot of housing.
Tell me,
That's where we're going to start for right now.
Commander?
As Guardian was saying, we want to boost economy as much as possible, and that means housing.
Yes.
Housing and food.
But be quick.
Push Teslas out behind your units while pushing. Yes, that's another good piece of advice. Since we're claiming this area, there are no enemies there, there's no reason not to keep pushing power out.
Is everything okay?
Because by the time you cleared it, you want to be able to put defenses up too. Alright, we're basically at the map's edge here.
Better be good.
There's the edge of the
Are there
usable
other units
space.
to bother?
Do you need me? Commander?
Let's pull back because we've got some runners coming in. We want to make sure that we don't aggro anything more deadly from the north.
Pay me for this, right?
Upgrade houses. Can I build any more? Yes, I can.
Attention. Technology research.
Alright, so the bank
What now?
has been researched.
Ready?
Snipers have been researched.
Orders, sir. Do you need
I'm
me?
gonna keep pushing this.
Attention. Building
Let's see here.
complete.
I'm gonna take out these stake traps. I don't want to be stuck trying to repair them. I'd rather repair everything else that needs to be repaired. It can get expensive to keep repairing those. Let's
Attention. Building completed.
upgrade these buildings.
Tell me.
So you can see now we're up
Need me?
over 600 income again. So we're doing well. We kind of want to be up to at least 700, but obviously the higher you can get, the better.
Under attack.
Pay me for this, right?
You can get yourself up to 800 income. That's pretty good because then you can just start researching those higher tiered buildings within the stone workshop.
And your tax.
And let's give ourselves another sawmill. So you can see, because of this warehouse, this I think was originally going to be a 13, and now it's a 17. This is 12 instead of just 10, I think it was going to be.
At your service.
So warehouse placement. You want to try and cover as many buildings as you can. Make it the maximum efficiency you can get.
As long as you pay me.
Pushing the housing is the next step since you will run out of space. Yeah.
Building completed.
Orders, sir.
Well, the thing is, you can always throw down more houses.
Our forces are in danger.
You can always put down tents. Oh, I think we had a harpy up here.
This better be good.
And we're only alive because we had the soldiers there to help out. So that's our sign over here. You don't need to keep pushing this.
Tell me.
You again. Okay.
So come here.
At your service.
We're going to take these two guys over here
Yes.
and move these rangers down.
Tell me.
And Similarly, we're going to keep...
Better be
Oh,
good.
nope. If I
What do you
select the
want?
right units,
Building completed.
Oh, more orders.
Great idea.
we'll leave them up
sir.
there and we'll
Just tell me
push
what
this
to do.
south. Now I'm maxing out on all my resources. I am American, yes. Thousands of soldiers and troops in no bordello. What kind of army is this? I know, Fluffy Battle Unicorn.
Attention. Building
Orders,
complete.
sir. All the way.
If you only had these pop on 800%, I know, right, Katie?
Attention. Building completed.
I know. Let's put this up here.
Colony must
Okay,
have
so
a
we can either
mayor.
get 2 bonus shocking towers or a bonus radar tower. I'm a little torn for the sake of this tutorial. Don't trust a man with a mustache? Come on, Unicorn. Don't say that. So the radar tower is like the lookout tower, except it covers a much larger area and can be very useful early on. The shocking towers, you don't really need to have a shocking tower until much later in the game. Spend that money? Yeah. They give you power to survive. So we have conflicting reports here from the chat. Some people like the radar, some people like the shocking tower. The shocking tower can save you. But I'm going to take... I think we all know what the shocking tower is like. I'm going to grab the radar tower for people who may not have used that before. So we've got a lot of area to the south that I haven't seen. Oh, I don't have energy for it yet anyway, so it doesn't matter. It matters not. Let's see here. Put this... I think we put it right there. About 1/5 of the map, yeah. This is a tutorial I need to go for Mr. Shocker.
Waiting on orders.
Great.
We can always research it later. Alright, I'm going to research the power plant next. So even still, we're on day 23. I still haven't gotten any snipers yet. So that could be good, turn out to be good, or it could be bad. We'll find out.
Just tell me what to do. Do you need me?
Attention.
Alright, so we're just about 800 income.
Commander?
What? You call that?
Hey Aaron, what's going on?
At
Yes.
your service.
Alright, so I'm not gonna
Building completed.
push into this village. We'll scout it out a little bit.
All right. Commander? Just tell me
But I
what
think we're gonna
to do.
try and figure out a different way to go at this point.
Building completed.
Alright, and here's what else I'm gonna do. We're gonna put down a second warehouse because we have way too many resources. Just need to figure out a spot that I want to put it. Let's go up top here. That way we're covering some farms, we'll cover stone. It'll work. So you get a lot of food from fishing and hunter cottages? Yes. Wake the zombies up, show them his boss. You barely completed 10% of your map editor, or
Tell me.
your editor map.
Commander?
Well, you're getting there. You'll get it. I look forward to see what you've come up with, Aaron. Okay, we're gonna put Teslas out here and out here. And yes, as Guardian was saying, there is a lot of fishing area available. We need to take advantage of. All of this. We need all the food. Gonna find some food. All right, Katie.
Technology research finished.
Ranger killed, not allowed in your map. Doesn't sound too good for me. All right, I'm putting down a power plant now because it's just going to give us a ton more energy. The thing with the power plant is it uses lumber. It's I think it uses 10 lumber every 8 hours. So you need to make sure you've got the lumber to be able to support that. All right, we're going to use the rest of the food we currently have. Upgrade. And I'll put this tent in here that I was talking about before.
Building completed.
We could even put 2 in here.
Attention. Building completed.
Look at that.
Attention. Building completed.
Okay, so, not that button.
Building completed.
At this point, let's bring these rangers over to this side. Oh, that's what I didn't do. Let's go like this. We'll bring all the rangers over here and we'll push this side out next. And now, day 24, I'm thinking we'll start getting snipers.
Attention. Building completed.
Give myself a second soldier center to help increase the production. Secure north already? Behind in schedule? I'm sorry.
This better be good. What? Okay. You again.
You trying to explain all this at the same exact time.
Payment for this, right? What?
Alright, we're gonna work these guys. these girls out.
Are you sure? You are gonna pay me for this, right? Oh, here we go again.
Let's make sure they're all separate here. 1298. All right, we're gonna start getting snipers, and we'll upgrade housing. Got all this housing. One of these days I need to build a bank. That's gonna have to happen. I think it's gonna go right in here.
A new task. Okay.
Building complete.
Straight to the heart. Great.
Colony is under attack. Oops.
At your service.
They are infecting our buildings.
Do you
Okay.
need me? Come on.
No big deal.
Is everything okay?
Attention.
We'll run him over here.
Completed.
Let's go.
Between all these veteran soldiers, this is not gonna be a problem.
Commander?
All right, let's repair that Tesla tower. Give ourselves a... Ooh, somebody died over here.
Oh, more orders.
Early game 56 lumber income is good. Yes, once you start pushing late game, you can easily clear 200. Yeah, success for me. I always build a power plant. I'm about 120 wood income. I don't like going over that. Yeah, so really it's a matter of preference on wood, but yeah, if I just secured that. Oh, that's what you were talking about before Guardian? That area? Yes, I could have secured it. I was trying to get my income up. All we really needed to do was just have
Sorry,
this
sir.
guy set up over here.
I was cleaning my weapon.
All right, so they're getting a little bit more. There's a few more enemies now that are coming in. Pretty soon we are going to need to have that second ballista up here.
Attacking the colony defenses.
Let's make sure this is all taken care of. We'll get power out over here. Power down here.
Commander?
Yep, another dead ranger. It happens. Rangers are dispensable.
You are gonna pay me for this, right? Yeah. What? Roger that.
Come on up here.
Our soldiers are in
All right, at this point I'm going to put all of them on highest level priority because we're pushing into runners. I want to make sure that they kill any runners first before they're killing just regular walkers. Okay, what else do we want to do? Right.
building completed.
I wanted to put up this radar tower, so that's what we're going to do. We know that this whole area is safe, so I don't mind putting this down here. And once it's built, we're going to just delete it. We just want to open up the visuals of the map. That's it. Let's see, we're going to keep this back.
Tell me.
Get ourselves a ballista. We'll just do this for now, and we're going to pull these soldiers out of here.
What's up? Any infected around? Whatever you say.
All right, we'll keep pushing these rangers forward.
Units under attack.
This better be good.
Yeah. Let's not lose them, though.
Are there other units to bother?
Keep moving them back.
A new task. Yeah.
All right, that's good. All right, we have enough money we can put down a bank. So let's do that. And put down some more housing, too. Whenever you have food and the money, housing.
Do you need me?
Building
I don't necessarily always follow that rule myself, though. But it is what you want to do.
Is everything okay?
Okay, let's get this higher up so we can push this. Get rid of this ballista that's here.
Attention. Building completed.
Orders, sir. Just guide me to the infected.
Attention. Building completed.
We'll walk this up with these 3 soldiers. So, we kind of want to be finding better chokes than we've got over here. Because the edge of the map is right there, and we still don't have a good choke.
Right? Aren't there other units
So
to
what we're going to
bother?
do is... we'll use these trees as our edge. And we'll just leave the rangers here for now.
Infected are near the
Here they
colony.
come, from the east.
They are approaching from the east.
Well, from the east means it could be a split. We'll see.
Building completed.
You know what I never did? Never researched stone walls. For all my talk about stone walls. We'll just get power pushed out over here so we have extra space to be able to build more defenses or stake traps, all that sort of stuff.
Tell me your darkest thoughts.
And let's see if they... well, we'll see which way they come from. It is always possible they'll come down here. Oh, but that's not what's happening.
Any orders? All the way.
Looks like they're going to come through here. Let's do this. on. Finish building. Ah, too late.
Attention. Building completed.
Just tell me what to do.
Attention.
But we'll
Building
see.
completed.
We'll throw down a backup ballista to be safe here.
At your service.
We'll stick with this. We'll watch this. We'll
They
see
are
if this.
trying to break through.
We'll see if this holds. I think it'll be okay.
Tell me your darkest thoughts. All right.
I think we'll just be okay here.
Walls are under attack.
Yeah, we're fine. We don't even need to have the second ballista. Alright, we'll keep getting snipers now. We need to start pumping out snipers, and I think what we're going to do is we'll send all snipers out here, and we'll then start attacking this village with them.
Sniper is ready.
Go like this, like that. Alright, let's get everybody inside these walls for now. Delete all the previous defenses here. You see chokes are super to defend. If that was in an open space, yes, I would have been doomed. Yep.
Just tell me what to kill.
So we'll throw that back up. In fact, we're going to end up deleting this because, I think about it, we're going to be sending our snipers through there, so...
Death. Lovely death.
Oh yeah, here's another good little tip. You can set the pathing of your units by using the shift key. If you select your unit, hold down shift, and then click, well, let me go like this, and then you can adjust their pathing. So very useful. You can do that too with your soldier centers and your engineering center later. You can tell them where you want them to go, because if I told them to go here, and let's say that for some reason this was open here, they might choose to go down here even though I wouldn't want them to go that way to get up here. So this way you can tell them exactly where you want them to go. Let's see here. Lapien, did I beat the 50 days? No, I didn't beat 50 days. I'll end up trying that again not too long from now. And, Math, you're liking good. I'm trying to explain stuff. Alright, let's get stone houses, because we've kind of run out of... We haven't totally run out of building space, but we're going to need to be upgrading our housing, and we're running low.
Sniper is ready.
Let's do this. Okay. Oh, right. We already have 2 rows here, so we're not going there. Let's do this.
Attention. Building completed.
Whatever you say.
Let's send it this way.
As long as you pay me.
Building
You're
completed.
trying 590? I decided for the sake of a tutorial to keep it a little more tame.
Attention. Building complete.
Alright, we're just going to throw down a bunch of food. We've got money. We're going to do it. In preparation for all the stone houses we're going to need to upgrade, which, speaking of, I'm going to need stone. You can also sell resources, so I don't need to have all this iron right now. I just sold enough iron to be able to buy a quarry here. Just like up here, we need to get this all set. Let me
Need to kill something.
let's take 2 of these guys back up here, since we don't have that defended yet.
Death. Lovely death. My rifle is ready.
Let's do this. I'm even going to jump this forward another notch and give myself a 3rd soldier center.
Tell me your darkest
And we'll start pushing this.
Attention.
Once I upgrade. Because there's a lot of food that needs to be used. That's about as good as it gets.
Attention. Building complete.
So if you run out of space too, there's no reason not to just throw down random housing. Oh yeah, and look. So our radar tower shows us what's to the south. We can get rid of it now, we don't need it.
Attention. Building completed.
This better be
Sniper
good.
is
Gotcha.
ready.
Not always have nice chokes. It does generally have nice chokes, yes.
Your sniper at your
Okay,
side.
so what we're gonna do is we're gonna separate these guys out.
That's great.
I don't exactly know how crazy map 1 is gonna be with this village,
Is everything okay?
but no matter how many units you have, you do want to spread them out.
Yes, tell me what to kill. Yes,
And once we have a few more snipers down here, we'll push this.
so many targets coming on it.
Yeah, it is very dark. It is a very, very dark map.
Building completed.
Okay, so let's see here. Now would be a good point to double up some of these other defenses. Just leave them here. We'll put 2 ballistas up here once we're done with this. Oh, shoot.
Coming to the inspection.
Sure, lead him back this way.
Attention. Building completed.
Who do you want me to punish?
No big deal.
They are attacking the colony defenses.
Do this so we don't have that mistake again.
Our forces are in danger.
I need to kill something.
Any orders?
Question about English. We say how's it going? That's what we say.
Sorry,
Not
sir.
just how's going.
I was cleaning my weapon.
How's it going? As in, how is it going? Alright, let me think here. What do we need to do next? We still have tons of food. Just tons and tons of food right now. We could... Oh, but we have the stone houses. That's what we're doing right now. We're going to start upgrading to stone houses. All the stone houses we can. And we'll get some more power placed as well. No problem there.
Ready?
Alright, let's leave him here. We'll repair this and we'll get some defense set up there. Ranger love, yes.
Tell me.
The walls are under attack.
Alright, so this side, like I was saying, this is starting to get a little bit heavier. We definitely need to take care of that.
Our defenses are being attacked.
Sniper is ready.
Where else? Down here.
Building completed.
So if nothing else, it's not a bad idea to double up the walls at this point.
Do you need me?
Means we need a lot of energy? Yes, we do need a lot of energy.
Okay. Commander? At your service.
So let's give ourselves another...
Attention.
where do we want to
Building
put this?
completed.
There, another power plant. Let's double up our wall,
Orders, sir.
and we'll start pushing this through.
Commander? All right.
Sniper is ready.
Now, Rangers.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Yeah, so this is all fine down here. We need to remember. I need to not forget to put my defenses up over here. Okay, I'm gonna... Let's see here. It's day 31. We've researched most of the stuff in the woodwork or stonework workshop. So, at this point, you don't necessarily need to have a shock tower for this upcoming wave. You can get away without it if you have plenty of units. But it may be something that you would want to research before going for the foundry. The foundry requires a lot of workers. It requires a lot of energy. Everything that's in there requires a lot of gold to research. So it's definitely a later game thing to have. All those things that you research are much more expensive. So if you're low on gold and you're at this point, I would say go for the shock tower. I'll go that way too. Can you put a fishing hut on that particularly dark lake north? Sure, we can do that. We can put a few. Definitely put a few down. And what I like to do on the lakes is, this is where I'll tend to put down power in between, if I can.
Attention. Building completed.
So it's not taking up other building space.
Your sniper.
Okay, there's no reason now why we couldn't start
Any orders?
attacking this. I mean, it looks like we've already destroyed one building, so it clearly is not that full.
Orders, sir.
Units under attack.
I need to kill something. Your
Although we'll see. I may have to pull back here. The other one, the dark one? Okay, hang on a second.
I need to kill something.
Alright, so we're just going to step these guys back.
Your sniper
Attention.
and your
Building
service.
completed.
So many targets. I
Attention.
love it.
Let's do this.
Building completed.
Better put the bullet through some brains. Slow but lethal.
Alright, where are you talking about, Katie? Oh, right there. Got it. I see what you're saying. Yeah,
Attention. Building
I got it.
completed.
I see what you're talking about now.
Come on.
I need to explode this car.
Alright, at this point, this is definitely not too scary of a village.
Rifle is ready. Let's go.
We can definitely keep pushing this.
Magazine is ready.
Commander?
on this side of things, let's upgrade more housing because we can. We can
Attention.
Tell me.
keep pushing here. Let's take them around this corner.
Sniper is ready.
Day 31. We still have 2 days before the next wave is going to come in.
Ready
Our
and
forces
waiting.
are in danger.
I would like. Maybe what we'll do is we'll get this right here.
Attention. Building completed.
This.
Waiting on orders.
Oh, I trapped him in a wall.
Orders, sir.
Katie has reached her limit. It's so dark. You didn't see it?
Our soldiers
Yeah.
are in trouble.
Alright, let's pull them back before they die. And yeah, Katie, we'll get this taken care of here. Let's go.
Sniper is ready.
Units under attack.
Okay, let's pull them back. Some more snipers over here. Oops.
Our forces
We woke it
are in
up.
danger.
Yes, give me something to shoot. My rifle is ready. Bullseye.
So we're just gonna keep on backing away here.
At your
Our
service.
soldiers are
Yeah, we
in
lost
trouble.
one.
I need to explode a skull. Nice target.
We're gonna lose another one. So I shouldn't have left that just to sit there like that, but
Units under attack.
it's not the end of the world.
Bullseye.
Building completed.
Last night I trembled rains exploding.
Poor snipers all dying.
Our forces
Tell them how to
are in
retreat
danger.
units when you start being overwhelmed. Well, we just got a good example of that right there. Basically, just keep pulling back. That's what you have to do. Just keep pulling back. But you don't want to pull everybody back at once. You kind of want to do what I just did there, and I didn't even do that particularly well. You want to pull back in little groups so that somebody's always shooting. Try and minimize the death as much as you can.
Tell me. Let's go.
Looks still good when you wrote it. No worries, Katie. Alright, so I'm going to delete this defense. We don't need it now. Let's push power out over here.
Ready and waiting.
We'll send him forward.
Orders, sir.
Our
If there are
soldiers
harpies
in
and a
trouble.
lot of zombies, maybe run a few units into sacrifice. Yes. So you can always sacrifice some units
Waiting on orders.
Attention. Building complete.
so that your other units can have a chance to survive. Never a bad idea.
Attention. Building complete.
Unless they're rangers, right, Guardian? Can't sacrifice the rangers.
Attention. Building completed.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're teaching us how not to do stuff at the same time as how to do it. That's what I do. That's what I do. Oh, and I'm continuing to not do the thing I need to do over here, which is put down a ballista. Okay, guys. All right, we have tons of stuff over here. Tons more food we can get. Rangers die in your watch, Guardian. Yeah. Okay, can we get more food over here?
Building
We
complete.
can. Perfect. Let's research this foundry now. And we've got a wave coming in very, very soon. So, let's just make sure everything is prepped.
Right? You again.
Just tell me what to do.
And I'm going to take and throw down a lookout tower up here. Since I don't necessarily want to push this with a soldier, I don't want to call in any of those special infected.
Units under attack.
So this way we can see what's up there without dying. Always a good thing. We're going to do that over here as well. See, you can win 800% even if you don't do everything perfect. It's true.
Building completed.
Alright, do this. And I've got money. We'll be safe. We'll throw this up here just in case they decided to come through here.
My bow is ready.
Let's get some more snipers. Let's not stop pushing this. Now on map 1, I don't know what the ideal number of snipers would be to have in order to push safely around the map, but if you can get yourself 40 snipers,
Forces are in
you're
danger.
probably going to be okay.
Is everything okay?
You again.
Let's upgrade.
Attention.
Here's another little tip. So you can hotkey buildings and units. You got over here just to the side of my portrait these numbers, and you can assign a building to one of those numbers for the number pad, or the numbers above your, the letters. So what I just did was I took and put all of my cottages onto number 6. So when I want to upgrade something, say I've been on a ballista, I can just hit 6, and then I can upgrade from there. Saves time from having to just select buildings. Early on, you may not want to do that because you might want to only upgrade a certain number of buildings, so you're not spending all of your money or all of your wood at one time. But later on, if you're in good shape, you can just do that, and it's much quicker, saves you time. Let's, while we're stopped, give ourselves a wall here. And the truth about this is a little close to the edge of the map. If this were map 4, and say on 800%, where it's just, the nightmare population, you'd probably want to leave more space between your walls and the edge of the map so you could just have a little more breathing room. You could throw down traps there as well. I think we're probably going to be okay here, though.
Perfect. Any orders?
All right, so now we can see at least a little bit. We know it's up here.
Do you need me?
Enough to know that we could send the soldier up through here to attack and feel relatively safe about it. All right, this is good too. Let's
Building completed.
since it is closer to the edge of the map, closer to the north, all that good stuff, I'm going to put down another ballista up here. Okay, let's do that. At least 5 tiles is what you do? Yeah, 5 tiles is a good bet.
Yes, give me something to shoot. Tell me your darkest thoughts.
Okay. There's that. We're getting low on food again, so let's take care of that. And here comes the wave. I'm going to take lumber. The more lumber, the better. Like I was saying, we need to be able to operate those power plants.
Is everything okay?
Come on in. Let's get him back.
Oh,
So where are they coming from? They're coming from the east. So what we're going to do then is we're going to stop this
To kill something.
funness.
Defenses are
We're going to pull them up.
Lovely day. Yes, give me something to shoot. It's a nice day to die.
attention. Building completed.
So that's not good.
Building completed.
Let's throw up some extra defense. We're clearly going to need to do something about that.
Last night I dreamed of
And these guys are going to hit either here or here.
Units
And they
under
may
attack.
split.
Attention. Building completed.
While I'm waiting, let's throw down some more power too.
Attention.
Somewhere.
Building completed.
There. Okay, so they're not coming down here. They are all up here. And I didn't upgrade to stone walls, which would have been a smart thing to do.
Colony defenses.
But it is a good thing I put down that second ballista.
They are trying
This
to
could get
break
ugly. Just give myself a fallback point. But I think we're going to be okay.
Sniper is ready.
So the other thing too is, and obviously I'm not paying attention to what's going on up there because I think it's going to hold at least for a little bit.
Our buildings are being attacked.
The reason to keep expanding is that you always have that usable space to be able to build farms or build more anything, really. How to get overrun, retreat, and wall? Yep, demonstration of what happens if you are late. Yeah, again, map 1, it's not so bad. You can survive pretty well. I think what we're gonna do is,
Yes,
I guess we'll take these guys down south still. We'll finish up this village and then we'll keep pushing down and around. Except we've got a giant there,
sniper is ready.
so we may have to alter that plan.
Attention. Building completed.
We'll see. We'll figure it out when we get there. All right, let's so 6 and upgrade my houses. We've got so much money.
Building
What I do need though is more stone. I'm just gonna get a bunch more snipers too right now. I cannot survive map 1 at all, even at 10%. End up blowing it somehow or some way. Well, yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's definitely tough from my perspective to come in and do a tutorial that's gonna make complete sense to somebody who's struggling, just because
building completed.
just because now I'm used to the harder difficulties and always moving quickly. So I'm trying my best to make sure to explain
Who's
things.
There? A colony. A colony who?
But if you're getting knocked
a
out
colony who needs a mayor, that's who.
early on, I mean, it probably comes down to you either need to have more patrols set up, or you need to have scratching posts. You know, putting up a wall, one single wooden wall on a corner somewhere, because that's where a lot of zombies will tend to come in that you're not going to necessarily see. So if you do that, you're probably going to be okay. And you'll get that early warning that there's, your walls are under attack, so you can bring a unit back to help protect. Give me 1 sec, I need to use the bathroom, and then we'll continue this. Important thing is, don't get too lazy, careless. Get defense upright. Yep, keep looking after micromanaging your troops. Yep, that is definitely, I would say, and that's why, that's great advice that Katie just offered up, and why I was talking about using the Alt key or whatever you might map it to, if you custom map it, to be able to show health bars, and keep using that. Spam it. Get used to using that, because you'll end up seeing enemies that you wouldn't otherwise see, because then you get that nice bright red health bar above them as they come into view. Ranger call. This is a good mayor to gamble to take advanced farms, where you go save for power plants, but more often than not, a mayor choice is pretty clear. Yeah, and as so deep driver, power is the way to go here. Right, I agree, because yeah, you're saying power, tons of food on this map. I agree. If for some reason you didn't have a lot of farmland nearby, you might want to go with the advanced food. Generally speaking, if you can get higher percentage of food, you want to do it, because as I've been saying the whole time, more food means more housing, means more money. Just the way to go. But yeah, as we've seen on this map, there's a lot of food around, so we can get by with what we've got. The power plant energy supply, that's a pretty good, this is actually a pretty tough mayor choice right here. But this just gives so much extra energy. I forget what the power plants have offhand. It's something either 140 or 160 power, so an additional 20% to each of those goes a long way. That's right, Katie, yeah. You're going to try map 2 game at 60% after a few months of no playing. Go for it, Powerbeat. It's 120, oh, is that what it is? So I was overestimating. That's okay. We're going to take this. So that, I mean, we were at 117, now we're at 213 power, so clearly that's a significant increase. Let's see, I'm gonna do this. Energy. Oh, you're saying 160? So, okay, never mind. We got conflicting reports again.
Any orders?
Let's go upgrade. So we're maxed out on how many snipers we can build right now. I'm going to send them up here, and we'll start sending this group. Once we've got a few more, we'll start going out this way. Although, to be fair, this is map 1. It's not map 4. We've got 2 ballistas here. There's no reason why I can't send these snipers out here and start doing some damage.
Building completed.
Villages. When you've destroyed them, you don't necessarily just want to run over all the resources, because what's going to happen is you might cap out on something and not be able to maximize. So if you can, avoid running over all the resources and then send a ranger there later to help pick up stuff as you need it. I'll buy 160 for $1. Yeah. You can click on them and check it. That's true. I can. Couldn't I? Well, now I can't because it's going to show an increase. So, yeah, because now it's getting 192. All right. At this point, what I really need to be doing is getting a foundry down. Now, here's the thing with the foundry. So the foundries lead to oil platforms, which can get you the higher tier units, which means you also have to research the engineering centers that come in there too. As long as you have enough units, you can get through the day 40 wave and even the day 46 wave without higher tier units. But it is very handy to have those higher tier units ahead of time if you can manage it. We'll see if I can get that. We'll see if I remember to get that, if I can get the stone that I need to have. We'll see what happens. They did change the power plants? I guess so. What we could do, though, is since we're here, we can grab the stone that's already on the ground. So, there you go. That takes care of that problem. We can go straight into building.
Our forces are in danger.
Oh, so we found a spitter, but our guys took care of it. Let's do this. And we'll send these guys out. If they have to retreat, they can. You know, it's not so bad. And now I've got a lot of AFK units that are not doing a thing. So I don't want, that giant is right down here. I really don't want to push him. Oh.
Units under attack.
So there was our first heartbeat. It's okay, we're going to leave this behind. We're going to leave that giant. We're going to come up here. We're going to push this way. Since there are no giants up north, we're going to go up this way and clear all the way around. Get your oil units and save yourself some stress? Yes. Like what Katie is saying, yes. It does save you some stress. For sure. I'm going to take the opportunity to put down extra defenses. We got hit kind of hard that last time over here. We haven't been hit over here. They clearly like coming up this way to go to the command center instead of through here, which is what I kind of thought was going to happen, but I still feel safer having this. And we'll double up over on this side too, since we have houses close by. Alright, what else can we do right now? We can upgrade. We can upgrade housing, we can build more food. More farms. Let's go here. Alright, it's time to go out. It's time to push. Time to push. So we're going to do what I was talking about before. We're going to separate out into groups. You want to try and keep people apart from each other. You stand a much greater chance of survival if you're not balled up. This is open over there, but nobody's going to come through here. That's the thing. So even though this is open, aside from the fact that I'm shooting right now and it might cause somebody to come through here just because of the noise, no enemies are going to come through here later because the goal is always to get to the command center. So they're always going to go this way through here. Alright, let's keep moving these guys forward. Yeah, on day 40 you march out with your produced units and clear the map. Yep, exactly. This is the time to go out. And granted, it's much easier on some maps than others to do that within the right time. Yes, you can do it earlier. I'm not necessarily always capable of that. Alright, so we've got our foundry up. You can't research those higher tier units without having the engineering center researched and built. And you also can't do it without oil. So you have to do both of these things. Generally speaking, your income might be low enough that it's better to start with the oil platform since it's not quite, but almost half the cost of the engineering center. So we're going to go with that first. We also need to see if there's more stone. There's a little bit of stone here. But upgrading houses to stone houses is very expensive as far as stone goes. Let's see here. Let's just keep these guys as a group, and we'll push out to the map edge with them, so they're not just sitting here doing nothing. And we'll double up here. 6. All right.
I need exploders.
And I'm going to do the same thing as we were doing over here, which is... Whoops. Wrong button. We're going to keep pushing out with the Tesla towers as we go. Yep, here you can see a few of them. A few of them coming out. We're going to bring this soldier back and let him come through here, help clear this out.
Building completed.
Tell me your darkest thoughts.
Okay.
Units under attack.
Here's the other thing, too. We're going to take some of these units... Oh, it already looks like it is that way. Some of them are already on highest priority, but we're going to make sure that a few from each group are on highest priority to take care of spitters as they come in, and a few can take care of the guys who are closer.
Last night I dreamt of brains exploding.
You're still here, No Name? Nice.
Are in danger.
Love how you are now say we're doing this and that. Makes me feel like a part of it. Should always use we in the stream. Well, I do sometimes, Katie. I try. I tend to lean that way using we. But it's true. I don't always.
Building completed.
Alright, I'm gonna research in because we're about to cap on money. Or here's what I could do. I have all this extra money right now, and I can't spend on anything, and we have no stone. So stone is expensive, but I'm gonna buy a bunch of stone, because I'm getting 2,000 gold per tick right now. I'm just gonna buy a bunch of stone so we can upgrade houses.
Who do you want me to punish?
Okay. So this is up. This is a nice, this is a beautiful little choke here that they clearly seem to come through.
Technology research critical.
So that is an awesome spot to be able to defend. And since we're pushing forward, we don't need these. We can get rid of the defenses. They're just costing us money. We don't need them. We can get rid of this.
Building completed.
I'm gonna go nuts over here because I can. We need power.
They are trying to break through.
They're trying to break through. We got it though. So let's figure out where we want to put down more power here.
Attention.
Let's go
Building complete.
right there.
The walls are under attack.
Maybe one of those two. Just a nice little power plant right there. A friendly little power plant or a friendly little mill.
Our defenses are being attacked.
Let's get a few more snipers, and we're getting low on food too, but we're okay. Let's see here. Foundry. We need to wait for some gold, and then we can research the engineering center. My opinion on that is, if you can get the engineering or the foundry built by day 40, you'll be okay. Okay, I'm leaving this choke behind. I'm going to leave a few units there just to be safe, and then the rest of the group is going to keep pushing.
Our forces are in danger.
More sawmills, please? Sure. I can do that once we have energy. You'll have to give me a second on that. Actually, great stream. Oh, thanks, No Name.
Walls are under attack.
Who do you want me to punish?
Building
Alright, and like I was saying before, we need to just keep on pushing this out. All directions.
Our defenses are being attacked.
Alright, we've got money. That wave is going to be coming in soon, too. Just so we're all aware, it is day 40. But we can build and give ourselves an oil rig here. Yeah, we just seen him play 100% no pause. He goes for losing streaks. Yeah, that is true.
Our horde of infected
So they're coming from the
are on their
west. So that's kind of
way. They are
unfortunate.
approaching from the
Since
west.
we are nowhere near the west right now, I'll pull this group back. And we'll start upgrading walls, because I'm assuming this is where they're going to hit. If it's the west, it's probably right here. And since I don't like my chances currently, we're going to throw in a couple more ballistas. And this is probably overkill for map 1.
Ready and waiting.
Probably overkill.
Let's go.
Attention. Technology
That
research
will be easy.
Alright, let's get back.
You again? Yeah.
Oh, I trapped him.
What?
We lost a ranger. Rip. Okay, yeah, so we've seen this before. This is where they come through. I'll just throw down a bunch of traps, too.
Orders, sir. Commander? Do you need
We
me?
need to tell that bot... Oh, we need that bot that tells people to follow. I could set up Nightbot to do that.
building completed.
I don't ever want to make people think they have to follow. They can do it if they want to. Alright, we also need more farms. Getting low on food here.
Attention. Building completed.
Yeah, No Name already did follow.
Just tell me what
It looks like I put those traps in the wrong spot. Okay, so here's what we can do in this situation. They're coming a little bit south.
What do you want?
So what we're going to do is we're going to take and delete a couple walls. I'll do this just in case they decide that they did come around here. And we're going to take her around.
They are trying to break through.
Maybe we're not going to take her around. Maybe we're going to take her around because she's not stuck. I don't even know if we'll get there in time. They may all be dead by the time we get there. But we're going to use her to pull this group further north into the traps. See? That relieves some of the pressure on that wall. It does some extra damage.
Attention.
No.
Building completed.
Gotcha.
And there. Made it much easier.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Get more wood? Yes, we were working on wood. That was part of the plan. Just grab whatever wood we can right now.
Building completed.
Alright, that'll work. Don't think there's more wood over here I can get. 6. At a certain point, you just have to kind of go for it. Hey, Ants. What's up? Okay, let's research the engineering center. We can upgrade some more houses, and we can get back to the business of clearing. And also, here's what we can do. Let's take one of these rangers, and we'll bring her into the colony. Actually, we're going to go
Great.
up here and around so that she can start collecting materials as we need them.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Let's go right here. Guys, cover this. No, don't shoot our soldier. So that's another thing to watch out for, is you can kill your own units if you're not careful. I had these guys selected, and I did an attack command and was just clicking randomly this direction and happened to hit him, so they were about to shoot our soldier. Yes, I am doing tutorials, Ants. Yep, I decided that maybe it was something that I could pull off for people. I had a couple people request it, so I figured why not.
Attention. Building completed.
Waiting on this. We have a ton of workers right now. We've got 146 workers. What I can do a couple of things really. Do we have any more oil? There's oil up here. See, this is a good reason why, as you're pushing out, you want to keep expanding with the Tesla towers too. Is you want to make sure that you always have the resources that you need. I don't need to put down a second oil platform right now because we're not producing anything that's requiring oil. So we're building it up, but if I could, I might. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build another soldier center, and we'll keep on getting units. Let's see here. Where do we want to put this building? Maybe we go down here. Close to CC. Oh, you're right. Look at that. Oh, except I just used up all my stone. It's okay. We'll buy stuff. We have extra things we can spend here. Okay. This group is going that way.
Building completed.
Let's leave 4 over here. Not that anything's going to happen bad over here, but... And we've got 35 units. I mean, I think we'll be okay with these.
Building
We'll just keep them separated out like I was saying. Alright, what are we waiting for now? Again, it's really just stone. I don't like this area. That's what we're going to do. As we've seen, they've hit here a few times. I've got my defenses really close to my housing. That's just not necessary. It doesn't have to be that way. So we're gonna clear that out. That ranger pickup stone? Yes, there you go. So sometimes I say I'm going to do something with my ranger, like pick up materials. Doesn't mean I always do.
Yeah. Roger that.
units under
Good
attack.
call, Guardian. So unfortunately, there was a harpy down there. So much for that. It was almost a good call. All right, we're gonna put down our engineering center, which we can throw right in here. And so with these unit buildings, I tend to hotkey these as well. I put my personal preferences. I put soldier centers on 3, and I end up putting engineering center on 2. Just a quick way. So like, let's say you're out here dealing with units, you can do a quick click and be able to get more units to where you need them to be. Did not clear properly. Hi, Great Squirrel Army. Oh, how to grow... Yes, that's right. How to grow a mustache? No, that's not the tutorial, Ants. That's not today's tutorial. Oh, you know what? I killed my chance. I'm gonna delete this. Sacrilege, but I'm doing it. I want the stone. The stone is more important right now. We have food. We have access to a lot of food. I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna move this out and get rid of these. We'll leave one up for now, just in case. Hey, Stoneth.
Tell me your darkest thoughts.
Let's do the same thing up here. We're gonna throw in walls, throw down a ballista, and we'll keep attacking.
Are you reading my mind? Death, lovely death.
Come on over here.
Slow and lethal.
Thought you laughed more? Ha 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 ha! Mustache growing tutorial. Ha ha ha. Is that better?
Tell me your darkest thoughts.
Please tell me today is Friday. Today is Friday. It is actually Friday today. All right, what do we need to do here? We research the engineering center. The engineering center is being built. Let's delete these walls. And we'll push this south. Nice roleplay, yeah. You should build, what are you saying? You should build all 3 units from engineering to show and explain ups and downs, how to micro. Okay, yeah, we can do that. We've got the resources to be able to manage that. Let's see. So if that's the case, since we have the gold for it, we'll have the gold. Well, we'll see where we are. Maybe I just go straight for Titans right off the bat. Let's buy some stone so we can get another warehouse placed. This way we can cover these other stone quarries as well.
I need to kill something.
Send them through.
Death, lovely death.
Keep
My rifle is
moving. Soldiers.
one which you punish.
Map is so dark. I know, Vero.
Last night I dropped
And
Forces are in danger.
is that how you say hello now, Vero? Just come in with a complaint?
Last night I dreamt of brains exploding. Sniper is ready.
Yes, map 1 is just super dark. Not fun. Okay, so this is done. Let's research. We'll research Thanatos here. We'll get them going. Our rocket launcher buddies. Yeah, we'll get some more food over here.
I need to explode a skull. Bullseye. Who do you want me to punish?
Okay, we keep moving power out.
Putting a bullet through some brains. It's a nice day to die.
And we'll get more units too. Alright, so what did I do? Did I not? Okay, I have my engineering center on 2 now, so that's good.
Lovely death. My rifle
Is this open or closed?
yes,
It is closed. Okay, so this is a nice little choke for the end of the game, because here's the top edge of the map anyway.
Last night I dreamt of brains exploding.
What ruined your economy? I don't know. Could be putting down these ballistas. Not upgrading housing, all that good stuff. You know. Not taking care of things.
Soldiers are in trouble.
Yes, tell me what to
Random
kill.
harpy.
Yeah. Your sniper.
Don't think we really have too many more over here.
Sniper is ready.
Completed farm. Okay, so now that we're up here, we can start grabbing some of this extra stone, which will be helpful to us, to say the least.
Attention. Building completed.
So here, kind of on the edge of the map, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, Foundry and Engineering Center. Yeah, those basically did it. But what we could do is, where can we do this? So again, economy's low, housing. We'll get housing put down. Oops, kind of messed that up, but whatever. Doesn't matter where they go, just housing. And this will help get our economy back up again. The corner should be okay. I don't know, didn't they start... Don't the enemies come from the corner more often now? I mean, it's probably true, but... Probably be okay. All right, day 44. We've got a couple more days. Thanatos will research so we can start building them. They changed the requirements to unlock maps. No, it's still the same. Hey, Mopsop. How's it going? All right, we're in the very corner, just about. Let's take most of these guys up.
Building completed.
Our units are being attacked.
Attention. Building completed.
Let's get around from that corner.
Attention.
Prevent that from happening any more than it is. And now, all right, Thanatos. Like I said, our rocket launcher dudes. For this first wave, I think we only need 2. I think we should be fine with 2. The thing with them is they move slow. So wherever your engineering center is, you want to make sure that when you build these guys, you send them to the center of your colony as best as you can to give yourself time to get them out to wherever they're going to be needing to defend. So in this case, here's south, west, north. I mean, if they were to hit over here, it would be a little bit of a walk. So what we'll do is we'll send them right out to the command center. It's pretty well central to everything that's here. This Kaizen map? No, yeah, this is just the regular map 1 for tutorial. For anybody who is interested.
Building completed.
Defenses are being attacked. Okay, we're covered there though. We're good. I've not been doing a very good job of managing all my units at once.
Our defenses are being attacked.
Students become the master. That's right, Mop. Okay, this is probably, like we were saying, not going to get hit too hard up here. Okay, this group can go here. This group can go here. And we'll leave these guys all there.
They are trying to break through.
I guess, you know, this is not something I've done. I don't typically do this. We'll get a Lucifer as well for anybody who's interested. We'll see how he does on the first wave, or this next wave that's coming up. It'll be fun, either way.
The walls are under attack.
60,
Building completed.
36, 44. Just need to get all this food.
Thanatos. Ready and
All the food we can. Mr. Virus, maybe you should do an 800% tutorial just for Vero. Kappa. Vero doesn't need a tutorial from me. She's good enough.
So many targets, gotta love it.
Okay, we're gonna keep on claiming here.
I need to
Is this closed off? It is not. You know, KinetikGhost, winning the 50-day challenge will give you eternal backseating privileges in chats, right? That's true. I do need to do that. And I'll have to. I have to beat that before he does. There's pretty much no alternative. That would probably piss him off considerably. Alright, we'll just throw up a bunch of walls here. All good. Let's keep moving across. Oh, that's blocked off. Okay then.
attention.
Well then. There you go. Come on back. Get over here and go this way. Day 45. All right, so we've got the first 2 Thanatos are built. We have to upgrade. That's everything upgraded. Jeez. Okie dokie. We need more houses. We need more lumber. I don't have more lumber. Okay, now we can wall this off. Call it good.
Building
Let's throw down another oil platform because we can, and now this group can push through here.
attention. Building
And I don't necessarily like pushing through here. Through a tiny little choke with only 4 snipers and no backup. Doesn't sound like a good idea to me.
units under attack.
Alright, where are they coming from? From the south.
Last night I dreamt of brains exploding.
So we're not going to bring our snipers back for this.
My rifle is ready.
We're going to trust...
Nothing
Well, we've got units here, so we're good.
brain. My rifle is ready.
And let's... This is something that I really should have taken care of ages and ages ago.
Slow, but lethal.
Warehouse at the northeast. Yes, yeah. Yep, so we can get all the extra resources from here.
My rifle is ready.
Alright, I think we're going to put these guys on
Death.
Chase. And now here's a tip. So Chase is a way that the units just go out and attack. They'll just go into the dark and they'll attack whatever enemies. If you have a group, you want to put them together. As I was talking about binding to a key here, so I put all these guys on 8, because I'm pretty sure unless they fix this, and I don't, maybe somebody knows if they changed this, but it was working that if you just had a group and you told them to chase, they would split up and go different directions. But if you're going to chase with a large group, you probably want them to stick together if you're in the north or the south. So by making them their own group and then putting them on the chase, they'll stay together. All right, so south is down here, looking suspiciously. Well, it's not going to hit here, and it's not likely to come over here. Could very well come through these spots right here. So
Your sniper at
let's see
your
what we can get done here.
Ready to
Let's get these guys down here.
Building completed.
Bring our Thanatos and our Lucifer down. I'm going to save my resources just so I can build up defense, rather than just going straight into upgrading my walls. And just in case you couldn't see, the reason why they're not going to come this way, if they're all the way over here, they would have to come all the way around this rock and up to get to the command center. And they want to go the shortest route possible. So looking at this skull, which is right about here, you can see that they're going to come up, if they don't go left of these trees, they're going to come up through here and right around. And at this point, the quickest path is likely to be right through here. My group split up anyways? Oh, well, we'll see what happens.
I need to explode
We will
the
see what
skull.
happens.
Yes, tell me what to
Let's
kill.
bring them back around.
So many targets.
And here, just for the fun of it, we'll throw a shock tower in.
Nice cigar.
And we'll use everybody here. Lucifer, come out front. The Lucifer's probably gonna die. This is all for just this is all for science.
Skull.
Ooh, you know what though?
Tell me what to
I have to hope. I have to hope they don't come. Juked.
Let's put this awesome body to use.
Our defenses are
They
being
juked me.
attacked.
So many targets. Gonna love it.
It's okay. We'll send him out around.
The infection is spreading across the colony.
Do the Lucifers can't shoot through walls? Yes, they can't shoot through walls. They don't necessarily go to the closest today. They were going to the pile of enemies instead of the ones that were just next to them. Interesting, Katie. We'll see. Fake news from Kinetic. Yeah, exactly. So Lucifer is coming around. Like I said, Lucifer is going to die a pretty terrible death, I think. But
They are trying to break through.
we'll pull him back over.
Are in danger.
Safe to say, this did not go as well as I was hoping it was going to.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
So we're going to do some quick walling.
Defenses are being attacked.
Yeah, Lucifer just bit the big one. We're going to research Titans now. Day 46 wave starts the special infected, so there you go. I mean, that spot West was never going to hit, so you kind of outpredicted yourself. That's true, it wasn't. But my thought was, it still seems strange to me that they decide to go up all the way around this way instead of through here. But
They
that's
are
okay.
attacking the colony defenses.
It is what it is. How to not use Lucy? Yeah, we didn't get to actually see it in action.
They are trying to break through.
Oh, spitters.
They are
Let's get him
infecting
back.
the building. The walls are under attack.
Now I have to make sure that I don't die here. That would be a pretty terrible end to this. Because it's looking like that might be what happens.
Defenses
We're gonna-
are being attacked.
Maybe we'll be okay.
An autograph.
They are attacking the colony defenses.
It's definitely close.
Units under attack.
Roger that.
You would be faster than my bow.
Unfortunately, I can't move them out of the way.
To break through.
Bye-bye, Rangers.
Our forces are in danger.
It's supposed to be a tutorial for beginners. Yeah, I know. It didn't work so well. Hayes says, the best way to use that Lucifer to maximize damage and survival is to sandwich the Lucifer with walls and let the funnel into the opening. Yes, that's true. Yes. I had to make a quick change there, considering they altered where they were going. I would have used the Lucifer and been more on top of that if they had gone through here, but they didn't. Either way, you got to see that you can survive being almost overrun
Nice cigar.
with just a few units.
Say goodbye to
This
the
is
hoppers.
not.
Ready and
Our
cool.
defenses are being attacked.
That's fine.
Bullseye.
All right, so what we're gonna do when you're done with the Thanatos, get them back to the center of the colony.
Gotcha.
That's the thing. Always make sure they're in the center of the colony so that you can then, when the next wave comes, you can send them where they need to be. Make sure they'll overcome, yeah.
They are attacking the colony defense.
And yes, shock towers can't kill fatties, so we all learned something valuable here. All right, these guys are still searching just fine. I like both of these choke points here, so I don't know that it's worth pushing past. Aside from the fact that there's, actually, this is a really good choke point here. Never mind. We're gonna keep pushing forward.
Yes, tell me what to kill.
This group is exploring. What else do we need to do here? Titans have been researched. Let's get a Titan. And, all right, we've got a lot of money. There's other things we could research at this point. I would suggest, I think would be the next best thing to research. Because I'm going to go on the assumption that you don't have an economy that's as high as this. He dies because of surround. Yeah, the Lucifer, yes. Yes, we're jumping a little bit here. But the Lucifer is really only good if it has a stream of enemies coming straight at him. If he gets surrounded, he can't handle that. So that's the reason why some people are saying just put a couple walls on either side so that they're forced to come at him from a certain direction. One tile choke equals perfect for shocking tower. Yep, that's another thing. So, and that's that's not even this is the only way in over here. Which means they're probably more likely to come through this spot than here, but yeah, so a shocking tower would work pretty amazingly right here because the enemies are going to get stuck. Shocking towers can't shock through mountains or trees, so it's only going to be in the area where the enemies would be. All right, hang on a sec. Let me go back to what I was talking about there. So yes, advanced quarries, again, they're expensive, and I said this at the beginning of this map, that the advanced buildings are really expensive. Expensive in upkeep, in energy, in gold. They use more workers. But if you're at a point like this, it's probably worth it. So I can see I've got 45 stone right now, which is not that much stone. So getting an advanced quarry would definitely help kick that up. So yes, I'll take that advice that Chabs offered up and Guardian offered up. We'll go with that. Please put a Lucy there. I want to see what happens. Oh, up on top there? Okay, well, we could do that. We'll put him in the queue. We'll get a couple more Titans going too.
Thanatos. Ready and cool.
Let's upgrade those.
Who do you want?
We don't need this shock tower. Since that group up north is chasing, let's take care of all of this stuff down here. If I could delete these walls without deleting my housing. Shock tower is the only tower in the game that can shoot through terrain unless they changed that last year. They changed it, yeah. It's been changed. It used to shoot through.
So many targets.
Pretty overpowered. Pretty OP. Okay, since we're pushing out with soldiers right now, we don't need to have those defenses up. We can get that money back. Let's upgrade this. These guys are still clearing. That changed. Yeah, I know. It was a good.
Your sniper at your service.
Being able to shoot through the terrain was definitely helpful.
Yes, tell me what to kill.
Okay, so we've got a Titan now. Where is that guy? He's in here somewhere. There he is. The Titans. Pretty much the best unit in the game. Really expensive though. They cost 40 gold to maintain. It takes 2 oil, to maintain this. This is 40 gold per 8 hours, so that adds up. But they are amazing at defense and they are amazing at offense. they are great for taking down giants. So the more Titans you can get, if you can afford it, the better. The Thanatos are really good for just defense. They're not so great for pushing out. So that's again why if you're going to build Thanatos, just have them in the colony so they can be prepared to go to whichever side you need them to defend. And Chabs, yes, I heard what you had said about that. And yes, the next unit up is the Lucifer, and the Lucifer is going to go up here.
Your sniper at your service.
All right, since we push past this point, we can keep sending power out that way. Let's get more food. Always, always, always more food.
Attention. Building completed.
We are learning, yes. So, okay, if that's the case, then what we'll do is
Attention.
we'll keep this choke just so we can. We'll use it for science. Okay, let's get. And hang on a sec. I need to figure out what I'm doing with my Titans. Where I want my Titans to go. Let's send our Titans down here to this group, since it's a smaller group, and we'll push with them. And while I am thinking about it, let's just get our defenses set up.
At your service.
Go a little bit more with defense.
Attention. Building completed.
I can't upgrade. There we go.
Attention.
And we need. Don't know that this is going to get hit very hard. It shouldn't.
The colony is under attack.
Speaking of,
Death, lovely death.
They are trying to break through. They are trying to break into
Not
the
good.
buildings.
oh crap. So that's not good. That right there is a heartbeat.
I smell this coming.
Yep, I did leave it open. Mistakes were made. Yep. So there is a good lesson to be learned. Don't leave things open. It also shows us that random waves come in this way. I got really lucky that I happened to be up there at just that moment.
The walls are under attack. The colony is succumbing to the infection.
Colony is succumbing to the infection, they say.
Our defenses are being attacked.
But we're okay. We'll be okay. There are a lot of enemies, though.
Buildings are being attacked. The infection is spreading across the
So we'll have to stick with this for just a minute here.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Okay, this group can go here.
Building completed. They are attacking the colony.
So yeah, let's try and not lose the colony right now. That would be most unfortunate.
They are
Let's
trying
take
to
a
break
couple of
through.
units behind to defend this.
Let's go.
Okay, I
Yes,
got
son,
this.
what to kill.
I wonder where those enemies came from.
Who do you want?
Because when I... Maybe they were up here or something. Maybe they were there to begin with. I don't know.
The mighty Titan
Tutorial
is
how to
here.
fix mistakes. Exactly. Okay. Lucifer is here. We're gonna give him a little bit of a helping hand
Attention. Building
if they want to come in this way.
units under attack.
Oh, spitters. Spitters will kill rangers with 2 spits. It's really awful. Not fun.
Putting a bullet through some brains.
Alright, we have a lot of food. We can definitely build more tents. We have to get... We need to increase our income. So tents, tents, tents. Stone. All the things. What's up, Ego? These special units are very loud. Yes. Thank you for saying something about that, Guardian. The Thanatos. This is one reason why they're not so great to push, is because they can't attack things that are really close to them. Once they get too close, they start just going into meleeing. So they're good at a distance, which is why they're great from behind walls. But they do create a ton of noise. Titans also create a ton of noise, but they can usually protect themselves and be okay. Let's, I guess we'll push through here. Let's give him a Titan.
Good morning, sir.
Building completed.
And we'll keep expanding out here.
Building completed.
The world looks so tiny
Building
from up here.
completed.
Is it tea time already?
All right, day 50, which means the next wave is not too far away.
The mighty
starting to have-
Titan is here.
We have some decent income at this point for stone. Let's I'm just gonna upgrade all these,
Forces are in danger.
all the ones that I can.
Yes.
Oh, we got
it's
spit
a
on.
wonderful day, don't you think?
Nice, a little bit of food.
Excuse me.
Keep pushing here. We'll keep claiming that little choke.
My rifle is ready.
This group is still going, and they're all together.
Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention.
Let's
Building
we'll push this
completed.
out.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Our soldiers are in trouble, so they say. Oh, okay.
Like a snake with its prey.
Units under attack.
Help them out. There we go. Let's get another Titan down here,
Building
What can I do for you, sir? The mighty Titan is here.
and we'll keep pushing power out as we claim the space.
Sorry, sir.
Keep getting it. So you can see Titans are very, very powerful.
It is heading into the colony.
So much steam. Let me
They are
adjust
approaching.
this
So they're
valve.
approaching from the north.
Nice.
I guess we'll leave this group here.
Last night
So it'll be interesting to see where exactly they come from.
my rifle is ready.
Let's upgrade our walls.
Our forces are in danger.
Good morning,
All right,
sir.
come on back.
Oh dear.
Building completed.
All right, at this point,
Something.
Is it tea time already?
Our soldiers are in
Hello.
trouble.
oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't listen to my advice. My own advice.
Dear.
We didn't bring the Thanatos up here.
The
And they need to be
mighty
up here.
Titan is here.
Yes. Guardian reminded me of exactly that fact. I'll leave this up as defense, as a backup. Just to be safe. And this was maybe premature. I just deleted that so I could get money at the time, but we probably want to have it here.
So many targets. Gotta love it.
Fortunately, like I was saying, Titans are fast, so they can get up here. And judging by the skull, it looks like they're coming right through here.
Wow.
We'll separate these guys out for maximum efficiency. Yes, Titans, push them up.
So much steam. Let me adjust this valve. Yes.
And sometimes you might have to micro.
Sir.
The walls are under attack.
Your service.
It's the Titans. Here, I'll show you.
Sweet
You can watch, look at the health bars go down with a
Let
Titan.
me
I mean,
destroy them. Have a taste of my
Titans are
machine.
pretty powerful.
Here we go. Too easy.
Attention.
Have a taste
Micro with the
of
Titan
my
is very good, yes.
machine. Sweet.
And you can see the Thanatos too, when they're firing their rockets. You can see how much area of attack damage that does. I mean,
Too easy. Let me destroy
they've barely even started to break into the walls. So even with just a couple layers of walls and all these units, it's,
Have a taste
I don't think
of
we're going to be
my
losing this.
machine. Let me destroy them.
Yep.
Feel the wrath
And the
of
spitters that are going to be in here probably not too long from now, which are the ones that can do the real damage because they can fire over the walls and destroy your buildings.
Sweet.
You want to try and micro them out, but it looks like actually there aren't any spitters here, so we don't have to worry about it.
Easy. Feel the wrath of
Alright, so all the fatties did manage to break through that first layer of walls, but we're good. So now,
Good morning, sir.
let's take Thanes back to the
The
center,
mighty Titan is here. Is it tea
and the rest of
time
these guys can head south again.
already? Oh, hello.
Good day.
Here, why don't you guys join this group?
Nothing better than pushing a bullet through some brains.
Of course, we're starting to get closer to the giant over here, so
Service.
pretty soon I'm going to have to watch these guys and take over what they're doing. Thanks for the 2 bit. Been stuck at day 59 most of the time. Oh, you're welcome, Zombie, and thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. Your chase group will run into giant at some point? Yes. Like I just said.
Very good.
Yep, I am aware of that. Alright, I have the money. I'm going to throw down a second engineering center so we can get these guys out quicker. Better safe than sorry? Yes. Since I'm known to make stupid mistakes every once in a while.
The mighty Titan is here.
Don't do this. we go. And that should keep that safe.
Death, lovely death.
I'll leave these guys up here. I don't know what's going to happen up here, but we'll keep this as our choke. We're running low on food, so let's take care of that. We can go... Let's go 44 and 43. And give ourselves another warehouse just because. Definitely don't need this ballista. 30 gold and 2 iron, that works. Okay, we kind of stopped pushing. Let's send let's pull these guys back. Give them a few more titans over here because we are going to get close to that giant, and having titans is definitely key to winning. If you want some help, start streaming and people in chat will tell you what to do and remind you of stuff. Yeah, exactly, zombie. Best way to learn is to have everybody backseat you.
Units under attack.
Is it tea time already?
Okay, guys, come on over here.
They are attacking colony defenses.
Alright, so we now have 2 of these up. We can get 2 titans together. Let's go
They are
grab
trying
food
to
here.
break through. Attention. Building completed.
Cover this. All of the food. You want it all. Every little bit. Aw.
The colony is under attack.
Looks like he needs to be over here. They don't seem to come through here. Which is what I thought. That is what I thought was going to happen, and it seemed more likely they'd cut across. For the final wave, it'll be different.
My machine is ready. The world looks so
Okay, here's what we're
tiny
gonna
from
do.
up here.
We're going to take...
That all? So
We're going to take this ranger around. We'll use her to kite the giant, because that's a pretty easy way
Our defenses are being
to work
attacked.
with the giant and get rid of it. Let's go... That's our choke point. So we could have cut this off, right? Right here. And put our ballistas in here and called it good. But if you look at this, this is just as good of a choke point, and it's covering everything that would be coming from this side, as opposed to having to defend here, you know, this direction and this direction. Dude, I am not zombie. I knew you weren't a zombie, Katie. You have a useless ballista towards north inside your base near a warehouse. I'm sure I do.
The mighty Titan is here.
It happens.
Attention. Building completed. Attention.
All right, we cleared all this out so we can send power out this way. Let's take this group back to defend here. They're trying to break through. Oh, so they are coming around over here. This is why we have walls over there.
The walls are under attack.
Let's do this. Let's repair. Upgrade to stone houses. We need more power now.
Our defenses are being attacked.
Let's do this. What were we talking about? Useless in the where? In the northwest? This one right here, as we were saying, yes. Yeah. It's an easy way to lose a ranger, going for a giant.
Attacking the colony defenses.
At your service. Good morning, sir.
We'll manage.
a new task.
Attention.
Gotcha.
If she dies, we'll use a titan instead.
Hello.
They are trying to break
Good morning,
through.
sir. My machine is ready. At your service.
So that giant is right here.
Better be good.
Excuse me?
The walls are under attack.
The world looks so tiny from up here.
Okay, come back just a little bit.
Hello.
I don't want to draw them in quite yet because we're still killing other enemies.
Our defenses are being attacked.
Good morning, sir.
Okay.
Our
Oh,
soldiers
nope.
are in trouble.
Oops, wrong button. Don't want to pause right now. Where is he?
They are attacking the colony defenses.
Giant. No, he's not interested right yet. Okay, we'll put her back. We'll get everybody up there. Let me wait for more power to come down. It's there's as many mills as we can place right now. And iron. Don't forget iron. Stone is important, but iron is important too later because executors, these buildings right here, you're going to want them for the end. And they cost iron to build. Or you can upgrade ballistas to them too, but either way, you're going to want to have a lot of iron. So we're going to go ahead and research that. Let's go here and here.
A great machine for a great man.
You
All right, let's try this again.
Units under attack.
I'd like to get these snipers out from in
What can I
front.
do for you,
Let the Titans
sir?
be in front here.
Jolly good.
Who do you
I
want?
may not get so lucky. I'm a little bundled right now. We have so many units that I don't really care about my whole bundling thing of not keeping them together.
Are you sure?
Come on, Giant.
Great.
Oops, not that button.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Roger that.
Building completed. Attention.
he's gonna hit a couple snipers, but all in all, I think we lost one sniper there.
Building completed.
Not bad.
The world looks so
All right, now we can
tiny
attack
from
again.
up here.
Let's get this as a
My
group
machine is
and
ready.
chase.
A new task.
So Titans, way overpowered. Here's another thing too, when building houses. So you might think, okay, I've got tons of, well, you could do this one of two ways. I've got all those resources. I could throw down a bunch of stone houses right now. I could jump straight to that. The nice thing about going straight to tents is that you can lay out your housing area, and if you make a mistake, it's inexpensive to delete it, you know, and then you can always upgrade after that. 3 snipers? Whatever. 3 snipers dead is no big deal. Let's do this. Let's cut it back across like that. And then, like I said, we'll upgrade these things later now that we've used up our food. So let's go here. Forces are in danger. I think we're okay.
Building completed.
So let's get ourselves some defense here so we can keep pushing with these units.
Building
Keep pause, you can delete without.
building
True.
completed.
That is true. If you're pausing the game, then you can build and delete, and it's not going to cost anything. If you are masochistic and you decide that you want to just go straight for no pause, then you do run into that of having to make up for, you know, the money that you spend. Okay, let's do this. Again, yes. What's up, Brett Bakery? I am live again.
Attention. Building completed.
Okay, let's do that. They can keep covering. We can bring power down this direction. We can get our fishies. We get another sawmill on here? We can. Another 10. We can get food in the corner.
Oh, the
Okay.
infected. They're
So now,
rude.
let's send them down this way, and they can start
For a great man.
joining the group that's down there.
Tell me your darkest thoughts.
Attention. Building
A lot of random small housing areas. You don't want it. Who are you saying that to, Guardian? He has a lot of random small housing areas. You don't want a bank or market there. You can only have 3 markets or banks, but when the area of houses gets bigger, get a bank and market. Yeah, so I don't know where that started, but yes. There hasn't been, aside from this initial area here that could have been used as good housing area, there hasn't been really another great space for lots of housing. Unfortunately. You know, if you're on map 2, where you've got a lot of open space, then yeah, you want to keep an eye out for that. And it doesn't matter if you put houses over farmland or anything like that. There's just so much food lying around. All right, let me think here. And that's what I was thinking before. Wanted to mention. Map 1, if you're still stuck on map 1 and you're losing at the beginning, and I said this to somebody, whoever it was, that it's either not keeping units on patrol through certain areas or putting up scratching posts. And I didn't demonstrate it at the time in case anybody didn't catch it then, but let's pick a random spot. So let's say here. Let's say I didn't have any defense here and this wasn't the edge of the map. And I wanted to prevent enemies from coming in around the corner because I'm busy doing other things. I could put a post right at the corner here, and as they would come around that corner, they would hit that post first, and I get that notification, your walls are under attack. So that can save a lot of headache later on when if you don't have something like that and a zombie just sneaks around and you're totally oblivious, and the next thing you know, they are in your colony. I did it at the very beginning of the game too. Where did I put them to begin with? I'm trying to remember. Like I had a couple walls along here just in case they were coming through. I had some walls up here in case they came through. But yeah, those are really the two things that if you're losing your colony early, I mean, it's probably, I don't know for sure, but probably because of that. What that's leading into is You need to learn how to patrol, because on map 2, it is so open you have to patrol. You don't have chokes like this. So really map 1 is teaching you basics that you need to know for the next map. Let's come back around this way. Yes, exactly, Katie. Good to pound it in. Always, always good.
A swarm of infected
From the
is heading
east.
into the colony.
Okay.
They are
And if that's the
attacking from
case,
east.
let's bring these guys back. Send our Thanatos over. This could be interesting. Hopefully it's not here.
The mighty Titan is here.
If it is, we're gonna just double up a little bit more.
So much steam. Let me adjust
Send these guys
this
up.
valve.
Wrong east,
Good
wrong east.
morning,
Thank you.
sir.
Somebody's watching out for me. That's that tip I offered up way at the beginning. Don't mistake your east.
Need me?
Attention. Building.
Okay, so we're gonna get hit hard here.
Attention. Building completed.
Let's upgrade. We're gonna need to have.
Commander?
They are trying to break through.
At your service.
This is gonna be not so good.
Hello.
No, he did though. Yeah. Yeah, the Thanatos, I just totally didn't. I sent them the wrong direction right off the bat, so that was a mistake. Oh, my group is down in the south there. It's not bad. What we're probably going to do here is we've got this first layer of defense. We've got the resources. We're going to...
The walls are under attack.
I'm going to pull back. I can risk it. I can delete these things. Give ourselves some extra defense here. Give ourselves time to get here.
Are being attacked.
The world looks so tiny from up here.
Send one guy here.
A great machine for a great man.
They are attacking the colony defenses.
I wish that I had these other guys around, but I don't.
Hello.
They are trying to
Good
break
morning,
into the
sir.
building.
Okay, let's do this. A couple shock towers. It's going to take a while for those to build up, but
Our buildings are being attacked.
we're going to try and stay alive here.
Is it tea time already?
Our colonies
Here we
succumbing
go.
to the infection.
This is playing it safe, yes.
My machine.
They are
Here
trying
we
Yeah,
go.
we're not risking this. I'd rather not lose the tutorial run. So we're just going to keep on microing.
Let me destroy them. Sweet dreams.
Thanatos got up here, so
Taste of my
we're good. The
machine.
shock towers, I mean, it looks like we're going to
Feel
be...
the wrath of
I think we're going to be
the
just fine.
walls are under
Too
attack.
easy. Oh, hello.
Is this map more difficult than 800%? Absolutely not.
Have a taste of my machine.
Defenses are being
Absolutely not. Okay, so we went overboard here with stuff we did not need.
Good morning.
We'll keep that shock tower just in case. Let's repair this stuff.
attention. Building completed.
Okay,
They are trying to break through.
we're good. Not a problem. So what do we need now? We need to get our food back for one. Let's delete all of this stuff now.
Is it tea time already? Oh,
Don't push
dear.
out. I was here from the beginning, but are you playing 100 a day? No, it's 80 days. I figured I would jump right in with something, you know, something challenging. So, and unfortunately, you missed the beginning. But this way, for anybody who has maybe been here since the beginning, or who goes back to watch this from the beginning too, because I'm hoping somebody will do that. At least then you get to see how you can move when you do have that added pressure. So if you do go back to 100 days, you just have that much more breathing room. We talked about proper ballista placement. That's something that I struggle with, so I can go back and watch the video. I haven't talked about proper ballista placement. I'm not sure what I could say at this point. Really, so this is obviously jumping way back. At the beginning, if you have a larger area, so, okay, a perfect example is up here, when I had only pushed up to this far, and I put one ballista right in the middle. I knew that one ballista for those first couple times of random waves was going to be enough to take care of it, provided there were double walls. You know, at a certain point, you definitely do want to switch up to 2. And then as far as, I mean, my tendency, I think I tend to overdo it with ballistas because I'll watch other people play and they maybe pick a different position than I would. You know, it's like that ballista I put over here, which was doing absolutely nothing because the way the wave was, all the randoms and the waves were going. Still good to have that, you know, there as a precaution, but really I wanted to have the majority of my defense over here. Let's see here. It's different on map 4, just cover all open spots. Yeah, exactly. On map 4, all the maps are different. That's the thing. And it's kind of easier on map 1 to figure out where you want to place ballistas because you have so many chokes. Down here, okay, here's what I could say. I put this one ballista here because I know if for some reason I decide not to push further, I'm going to want to have a second ballista here. So I want to make sure I have enough space between them. So that's why I put that right against the wall. I've done that in a couple other places too. In fact, at a certain point, I may move things around and make this 2 ballistas over here for the final. I've got 2 here. And I'm being a little overly cautious up in the north. I don't know. We'll see if there becomes more of a question about that later, then, you know, I'll definitely try and answer something. You know. Chase group running into giant soon. Thank you.
At your
Truth.
service. Oh, hello. My machine
We'll get this group
is
south
ready.
as well. All right. Thanatos back to the middle. We've got our farms being built again. We need to repair these things. Let's leave one Titan behind because, well,
Feel the wrath of the Titan.
we've got random guys coming in.
My machine is ready.
Come this way.
Yes.
We need food. I need more units.
They are attacking the colony defenses.
Let's go here. So should I use? So I should use ballistas for basic coverage early. When should I consider doubling down on ballistas where there's a wide area to cover? So I would say no. So I really, as far as ballistas go, you want to use your first. Well, okay, we start from the beginning. You can use stake traps for that first wave. So you don't need any ballistas put down, which saves on the economy. You need ballistas from about day... You really want to start placing ballistas around day 15, depending on your economy. Let's say you've got 700 income by day 15, 15 and a half. You can hold off on placing ballistas. You'll have enough money to be able to cover every area. But most areas, yeah, you can, as long as you have one ballista with a few walls around it, you should be good. I would say you don't need to necessarily start doubling down on ballistas until maybe, yeah, probably around day 30 is when I might think about it. You can get away with double walls and making sure you've got walls on all the edges where it might be just out of range of the ballista. Oh, thank you. Yeah, of course my mic volume drops because I'm sitting back. Yeah, it's not perfect. Thank you for that heads up. I'll sit forward. But yeah, so if you put ballistas up, if you double up around day 30 or 40, between 30 and 40, you're good.
They are trying to break through.
They're trying to break through.
The colony is under
And
attack.
the colony is under attack. Yeah, that's fine. No big deal.
The walls are under attack.
Let's finish this food up. Let's get more Titans. We'll send them here.
Good morning, sir.
Try that tonight and report back to you tomorrow. My economy always suffers because I go overboard with ballistas. Well, that was my problem. So Guardian, who's here in the channel, he was the one who originally told me to start building ballistas on day 15. And then once I started getting better at the game, he was giving me a hard time for building them too early. So it really is a factor of your economy. If you're somewhere between 450 to 500 income, you probably want to start placing them down right around the beginning of day 15.
Our defenses are
Is
being
it tea
attacked.
time already?
This is our chase group,
your
right?
service.
This is our chase group.
Oh,
With rangers in there as well.
excuse
Our
me?
soldiers are in trouble.
No, we're good, we're good. Let's see here. I've got all this area open with no soldiers to defend it. I kind of wanted to just get this out further, just give myself a little more room to work. here. Uh-oh, sounds like we're in the giant.
Hello.
Okay, so we lost some, but giant is dead.
Excuse me?
All right, let's
The
just set
mighty
everybody on
Titan
chase. You
warrior,
guys can go
sir.
on chase too. I adjusted to his gold per 8 hours. Yeah, it's just in time to get it done. But he got better with more gold picks, so he could get bonuses later and push economy instead. Right, that's what Guardian is saying right now.
Is it tea time already? Oh dear.
All right, we need more oil if we want more Titans.
Our forces are in danger.
Oops. Goodbye, Ranger. Come back to the colony. Goodbye, other Ranger.
What can I do for you, sir?
Custom
Attention.
maps.
Building completed.
Yeah, I gotta try those custom maps, the Emperor series.
Are you reading my mind?
All right, all of you guys on 8.
Excuse me?
I'll put you on chase. All right, we could
Our soldiers are in trouble.
research a lot of stuff here, because now there's so much stuff I'm not paying attention to. Let's we don't really need the Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace gives you 800 food. It's just it costs a lot to research and a lot to build. I mean, right now I've got a lot of resources, so it doesn't really matter. Silent Beholder shows you the entire map, which is nice, but if you've managed to clear out the entire map, then whatever. And really, going back to the Crystal Palace is really most effective if you can get it put down probably, I would say, by maybe day 50, maybe even a little earlier. Because then you get the maximum out of it. You can build the most number of houses. We've got the Victorious, which increases gold. We don't really need that. And it also takes up oil. And the Academy of Immortals, which turns everybody into a veteran. So we'll go for that, just because. Because why not? And while I'm here, let's take advantage of the fact that we can build something. Let's put a market. We'll put down another bank, and we'll at least we'll increase something here in terms of what our monetary gain is. Sometimes you just got to pick a good choke and wall up. Yes. Yeah, that's the thing, and that took me a while to learn. Sort of is just because you can push out to an area doesn't mean you necessarily should push out to an area. At least for the final wave. You know, so like, I mean, here's a good example down here. I could push all the way south, right? I could get this choke, and I could get this choke, and then I could cover this as well. However, there's gold down here. We wouldn't be able to get a good wall on there. As it stands, this is a pretty good choke, and this is a good choke too. So unless for some reason you needed the resources down here, in this case, I'm just going to stay here, and this is going to be my defensive point.
Hello. What can I do for you, sir?
Let's get
Your darkest thoughts.
the Rangers out of here. We'll try and save the last few Rangers.
And use that. Yeah.
They don't need to die. All right. Oil. Got oil here, oil there. There's oil outside the colony.
Building completed.
There's no more anywhere else, though. Nope, we're not going to delete all walls. Thank you. Done that before. Not fun.
Attention. Building complete.
Okay, day 60. So typically, if you're playing 80 days and you're unsure, day 60 is a good time to really start getting your defenses set, your final defenses. Building stone walls where they need to be, all that sort of stuff. We're going to pull this back. And get set.
What can I do for you, sir?
I still have all those resources sitting there. Let's go with... Oh, that's right. And there are other wonders that are in the foundry. The Lightning Spire, which transfers energy cells. It's pretty huge. It gives a larger radius, and you know what? Let's do it. Sure, why not? We'll research it and we'll put it down. And then the other thing that's here is the Atlas Transmuter, which takes other supplies. It takes 20 wood, 20 stone per 8 hours, but and 10 iron, but it gives you plus 40 oil, so that can be kind of handy if you need it. Alright, let's keep going. And what else could we do?
Building completed.
With 14 Titans on this map, I think we're going to be just fine for the final wave. The only other thing to get would be maybe more snipers for the end. I know when I was very first starting to play this game, what I would try and do is set up... I was never going with Titans to begin with. I was always going with the Thanatos. And I'd usually try and set up, you know, 2 Thanatos near every ballista on the outer edge, if I could. And then maybe about 8 or 10 snipers. But Titans can do so much on their own.
Good morning, sir.
Crystal Palace and Spire, yes. We're getting one of those things.
Building completed.
Let's upgrade some houses, because why not? Let's just get more money. So this is
Your sniper
Attention.
at your
this is our test area. I'm gonna make sure that this is a little bit better defended. We'll end up. I think what we'll do is we'll throw a shock tower down here, and we'll probably put one over here as well.
rifle is ready.
Attention. Building completed.
What's nice is, so we've got, I think I'm gonna leave. Might be better to push out to this choke right here. This is a much smaller choke than having to defend this, and we can cover here and over here. I think that may be what we do. Come over here, guys. North wave, please. Yes. You wanted the 800% tutorial? Well, Delirium, maybe we'll get there. Okay, at this point, we're pretty good. We're in pretty good shape. I think we've cleared everything out.
Technology research finished.
Got a couple ballistas here. Can't build the Academy of Immortals yet. We need more supplies to do that. Lucy spot if possible. Well, the thing is, they're not really coming through there. If I was going to put him somewhere, it should be over here. At the end, for the final wave, they'll probably come through here.
Yes, give me something to shoot.
And at that point, we can do that. Let's do this. It's basically the same, just faster. Yeah. 100 days, I think, is too long even for a game to keep up. I think we basically, yeah, that's everything. Unless there's something that they didn't. Well, I guess they didn't get all the way up here. Well, except they were clearing. So what?
Sniper at your
They were on chase. So I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Yeah, there are more enemies up here. What?
Technology research.
Our guys were chasing, and they weren't chasing in the right direction. The fools. The bloody fools. Alright, what does this thing cost to build?
Swarm of infected is
200
headed into the
stone.
colony.
They're coming from the
They
south.
are approaching from the south.
Okay. Where did my Titans go? We're not going to bother with the Thanatos on this one. We don't need them.
Attention.
You again.
Building
Okay.
completed.
Oh, here we go again.
Anything else that we could? Sure. Let's get more Titans because we can.
My machine is ready.
Okay, so that's right here. Possibly through this little spot. And possibly over here. We'll just get this stuff set up.
Good morning, sir.
Tell me your darkest thoughts. Yes, tell me what to kill.
Is it tea time already?
Indeed.
Now, if this were map 4, I would want to have way more defense set up than this.
Gotta love it.
A great machine for a great man.
As it is, I think we're going to be okay.
Hello.
Is it just over here? Is that it?
They are attacking the colony defenses.
No, here we
The
go.
mighty
Morning,
Titan
sir.
is
A couple
here.
more.
What can I do for you, sir? On my way.
Let's just get over here. I think these Titans are going to be able to hold this back
Excuse
without too much of an issue. Alright, what else? Where can we get more food?
The walls are under
All
attack.
over here.
Attention.
Don't worry, I'll go back down there. We'll make sure everybody's live. So, Shock Tower doing its job.
A
Our
great
guys doing their
machine
job.
for a great man.
So we're kind of getting hit elsewhere too. You can kind of see on the mini-map the red coming in on every side,
Attacking the colony
but it looks
defense.
like everything's holding just fine.
What can I do for you, sir?
Let's pull these guys over.
They are trying to break through.
So after this point, there aren't going to be any more random
They are
waves.
trying to
Oh.
break into the building.
Oh,
Darkest thoughts.
The walls are under
usually
attack.
1 hour in game is 3 seconds in real life. Yes. Well, Lucifer kind of getting to do some work.
Danger.
Death, lovely.
Let's repair.
Attention.
Ooh.
Building completed.
So this is the last.
Building
Hello.
completed.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. We got so many workers. We're just gonna. Just for the hell, we're gonna go nuts with snipers just because.
Our defenses are being attacked.
Just because we can.
They are
So,
attacking
I mean, the map is
colony
cleared.
defenses.
The map is all set now. Let's put down the Academy of Immortals. Everybody gets to be a veteran.
They are trying to break through.
Build that.
Good morning, sir. Oh dear.
And so yeah, at this point we just focus on getting defenses set up.
Your service.
I think I'll push beyond here. Try and make it this point that's our defensive line.
Our defenses are being attacked.
My machine
back these guys up.
Titan is here.
Do an inn? Sure. So the inn. I don't have a great space to put it, but the inn does so accommodates travelers who will work for the colony. The colonists in the surrounding area will enjoy the tavern and generate more gold. In addition, you can hire mercenaries who stay at the inn. So this thing costs a lot of food to build. It costs 100 food to build, so you have to have the excess food. Needs energy. We have to put down some energy. But what it does is it gives you 100 extra workers. It takes away 30 wood per 8 hours. But it also increases the gold generation by buildings by 10%. And it covers a pretty good area. So if you have a good map where you have 2 housing areas set up, you can significantly increase your gold. Also, with the buildings that it covers, if you have a good high population, every so often, I think it's maybe every 3 days, new units will come through that you can buy. So it's another way to accumulate units. And I think they're generally always veteran, or unless they're a higher tier, which there is no veteran or rookie, so it doesn't matter in that case.
They are attacking the colony.
But the inn can definitely be a good building to have. Let's do this. Our defenses are being attacked. Looks like we're okay.
They are trying to break through.
Except for these guys. Oh, they can't see around that corner. Inn is going to have a very big housing area. Yes, exactly.
Attention. Building
It
complete.
goes on the sawmill he's just pointing at.
Attention.
Yeah, exactly. I think it only takes up 3 spaces. I don't think it's 4, so it could probably go right in here. We'll try that. Oops, I guess I'm upgrading a ballista. Day 65, yes. So now is the time to also start upgrading. We're going to upgrade to ballistas. And this is where you want to have that iron. You want to have lots of power. You want to get ready for this stuff.
Yes, tell me what to kill.
Let's do this. We need that energy. We could also research stake traps. Stake traps are, or wire traps, rather. Wire traps are the upgraded version of a stake trap. They are very, very, very powerful.
Attention. Building completed.
Alright, we're gonna go here. Shred that economy.
Attention. Building completed.
Yeah.
Attention.
We just need stone. Okay, so all units are now veteran. That's done.
Are you sure? Yeah.
Alright, what do we need for the, not here, the inn? Oh no, it does take up 4. So, where do we want to put this? Okay, you're right. Yep, let's delete you. We'll throw the inn in. What is the big spire thing? So the big spire thing, Various, let me see if I can find where I put it again. So the Academy of Immortals, that means that every unit that comes out is going to come out a veteran. So, yeah. It's a powerful building to have for sure.
Sniper is ready.
Set up a couple here. Set up a couple here.
Sniper at your service.
Let's get ourselves some stone. Building doesn't have access to energy. Fair enough. Please don't ever buy a computer from Walmart. Yeah,
I need to kill something.
I would be disinclined to buy from Walmart myself.
Who do you want to punish?
Oh yeah, no problem, Various.
Research finished.
Yes, give me something to shoot.
That's the whole point of this, is so that people can ask questions. And hopefully I can answer them sensibly.
Good morning,
Okay,
sir.
so we also have plenty of time.
For a great man.
Attention.
Let's get him
Completed.
out of here.
Attention. Building completed.
We'll just start sending our units around where they need to be. So this is good. We also need to push power out so we have the maximum amount of area.
Building completed.
It's coming up.
Kill something.
Let's do that.
Attention. Building completed.
If Elder was here. If your Rangers would be upgraded to super veterans forever, would you buy a good PC? Okay, so let's take this. We're gonna
Adjust this valve.
move these guys over.
Building completed.
Your sniper
We've got 39. Where are all my other snipers? I guess they're all about.
is ready.
So,
Completed.
all right, we're just gonna do this in groups.
Yeah.
We're gonna send 10 over here.
Building completed. Attention.
10.
Building completed.
Let's go.
Go here. So this is a quick way. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing right now, unfortunately. So hang on one sec. Let's see if I can fix this. I'm gonna be moving. Hold on. No, not that. I want these two things. So there. We just moved. So I have all my snipers selected, and as I'm moving them around, I'm basically clicking a spot and then knocking the number down, and then clicking and moving to a spot, and then knocking the number down and moving them. So this way I can start sending all my snipers out to their individual places without having to individually select a group of 10 and then a group of 10 and a group of 10. And I'll do that with the Titans as well. And I'm moving back to my spot again, I think. I was trying to move back to my spot, so I moved my camera border. Maybe that's good enough. I'll check it later. All right, so then we do the same thing with Titans. We're gonna go. Oh, hang on one sec. I need to get this.
At your service.
I need to get this thing settled.
Hello. Excuse me.
All right, so Titans. Yes, we're gonna have 2 here,
Walking like a giant.
just because. We'll send
Indeed.
2 here, 2 up here,
Jolly
1,
good.
1. We'll send 2 this way, 2 over here, 1 here,
Let's go.
1, 2. South is gonna get hit kind of hard.
Jolly good.
And we still have an extra one. There we go. So that sound, that's for the inn.
Completed.
So now these are the units that we could get. I was by the incorrect alignment of the camera. Oh, I see that. Hang on. Yes, I've got to fix that. I can't handle that either. Unfortunately, I can't zoom in. Let's see here. Nope. No. Wait, did that do it? What is going on? It's just messed up now. No! There we go. Good enough. Didn't pick up your loot? It's all right here. I still have Rangers out there. We can get it. All right, the Lightning Spire. Just for educational purposes. So you can see it You can see the edge of the energy here, the little gold. So now you can see it pushes it out further. So now the energy's up more towards the north. I'm just trying to think if there's a place that I really want this, where it could be really useful. I suppose we could do it over here. Let's go like that. How is this crooked now? No, we're good. Question, I know that the Titan is the most expensive unit in the game, but does that mean they are better than every unit at everything, or are they only good at certain situations? Well, Swaggington, short answer is yes. They really are better at just about everything. There's really no downside to having Titans. They're great for attack, in particular if you're microing them over a group of enemies coming in. Or defense rather, and then they're great for pushing, for gaining space. So yeah, they're definitely worth the cost. There's a reason why they are as expensive as they are. Like Thanatos are great for defense, but you wouldn't want to be pushing with them. All right, let's see here. Let's delete.
Hello.
Come on up here, please. We might as well. We'll just get a couple more, just because why not?
What can I do for you, sir?
They move. Yes, exactly. They move fast. That is one of the best things about them, is how fast they move.
The world looks so tiny from up here.
All right, let's go. Yes, we'll leave these guys here. Let's send a group of snipers down here.
What can I do for you, sir? Excuse me?
And yeah, now we just need to focus on getting all the defenses up. I mean, we're still good. The final wave is still 4 days out, so it's not. We're not in any sort of dire situation right now.
Yeah.
Let's
Building completed.
see some more food. You're struggling winning. Make a bunch of Titans. You'll suddenly win. So the Great Squirrel Army makes a great point. That is absolutely the truth. Finally, for me, playing map 4 on 800% and doing no pause, the thing that got me winning was finally managing to get Titans a little bit earlier and getting enough of them. Titans make all the difference. They really do. So as long as you can afford the upkeep on them, there's no downside. Alright, we're just gonna start throwing down traps, using up resources,
Attention. Building completed.
upgrading things.
Building completed.
Forgot to build a gate for those rangers. The rangers are fine out there. We'll put them in some little cubby hole somewhere. If they go hide here, they're gonna be just fine. They're not gonna get hit here because none of the enemies are gonna come through here. They're all gonna come up around because we've seen that, and they're gonna come down through here. So this whole spot is likely not gonna see any activity whatsoever. Yes, now you have to watch, right, so Guardian's saying, now you have to watch the terrain and predict where the most trouble will hit you. Last waves come out of every direction except out of the corners, which is not entirely true. They do come out of the corners depending on the terrain. It can happen. But yes, you do want to be watching for the most troubled areas,
Good morning, sir.
which we know that a lot of the south is coming through. Oh, the lightning spire. So we have a lot of extra energy now that we're never going to use. It's never going to be used. Let's try and get more stone. Why can't I? Oh, oil. Right, it costs oil to upgrade those. Yeah, so we do want to make sure we get every point. Oh, and look at this. This isn't even cleared out yet. What are my guys doing?
Hello? At your service. Yes.
All right, you
it's
push.
a wonderful day, don't you
Build
think?
shockies. That's another good thing to do. Yep. Really, we need to have more stone.
Tea time already? On my way.
Super weird having you talk, all relaxed and in control. I'd gotten used to being under pressure nonstop. I know, Mopstop.
Good morning, sir. Indeed. Is it tea time already?
Well, it's nice to be able to be relaxed.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
So, okay, here's another thing too. As I was saying, the last wave, after that last wave at day 62, when you're playing on 80 days, and you have the last random wave that comes in, sort of right with that or just after. After that, there are no more random waves. So you can build outside of your colony at that point, and as long as you've cleared the enemies nearby, you don't have to worry about those buildings being hit. I'm not necessarily... Well, actually, I might do that right now. Now that we have access to this, we can get a bunch more gold over here. We can get more stone. This is what the lightning spires did, is it pushed all this out. But here, we'll play this a little bit safer
The world
than
looks
just
so
leaving it
tiny
totally
from up here.
abandoned.
Attention.
Still a lot of garbage in the northeast. I know, those guys who were clearing, just like, they did not do
Hello.
a good job.
A great machine for a great
I'm a little
man.
disappointed.
Units under attack.
Excuse me.
So we're gonna have to clear with them.
Is
we
it
can send these
tea
guys
time
up there, too.
already? Good
Go this way.
morning, sir.
You're coming out here.
Let's go.
Alright, where else do we need to stone off here? Let's do that. I want to put iron traps in here. Let's throw this up. To clear the corner? No, I didn't. So they were on chase, and that group didn't actually end up clearing that, so...
Our buildings are being attacked.
Ha. One harpy left. Coming out of nowhere, and Ballista's doing a terrible job of killing them.
Hello. Good morning, sir.
Where did that harpy
Excuse
even
me?
come from? Maybe up top there?
A great machine for a great man.
Disappointed. Alright, let's see here. Let's go send some snipers down here. Okay, there's that. This
Our
is...
forces are in danger.
Oh. What are you doing up there, Lucifer? That's not where you're supposed to be. Come on back home.
My machine is ready.
Our soldiers
Still
are
stuff
in
on the floor
trouble.
from the VOD. Yes, I know.
Hello. Indeed.
I don't think there's any more stone over there, though. I'm just gonna upgrade all this stuff.
Is it tea time?
And then, yeah, we'll just leave this operational here, but
What can I do for
at
you,
the end of it,
sir?
we'll bring these guys back in and probably delete these buildings. I think the Spitter is my least favorite so far. Yes, the Spitters are pretty much everybody's least favorite.
The world looks so
They are
tiny
god-awful.
from up here.
There's nothing fun about Spitters. Do we have more gold on the ground? I guess I could use that.
Are there other units to bother? Okay.
And we'll get ourselves set up with our shocking towers. Shocking towers and the small chokes. Let's upgrade this.
Building complete.
Snipers are there. Let's get some snipers up here. Oh, shoot. Right. Let's not do that, because I don't want to block these guys out. Looked down upon even by the infected. Yeah, that's right, Mousa. Nobody likes the Spitters.
Good
Alright,
morning,
come
sir.
here.
Oh, hello.
This spot. So this is going to get hit hard.
Oh, the infected. They're
And this is going to
so
get hit pretty
rude.
hard.
Indeed.
Building complete.
So here's the thing. You might think, okay, I'm just going to wall out as far as I can, right? But the problem is with the walls, that does stop the enemies. But at a certain point, your buildings can't reach the enemies to shoot. Your towers can't shoot them. So by building up a few layers of walls and then doing traps, you're going to be doing damage the whole time. Build some towers for your snipers? Is that what you want? We could do that. Building towers is definitely not a bad thing to do.
Who do you want?
We just need more money. Because that way the snipers can see further. Actually, you know what? That's not even going to get hit down here.
Last night I dreamt of rain.
That's not going to get hit because they're coming through here and going straight. So this is where it's going to be the main force, but whatever. It's okay. Better to be safe. here. There we go. More money on the floor west. Not anymore. Unless there's some little bit that I'm not seeing. Oh, right there, right. That little bit there that I'm not seeing.
Oh, hello.
And looking east again instead of west. Gotta love it. Let's do this. I think the same sort of situation. Well, they might split this way.
The world looks so tiny from
Yeah,
up
the other
here.
west, I know. That other west. Do I have more food? I've got to have more food somewhere, yes. I need it.
Your service. Good
Oh my
morning,
God!
sir.
They are billions.
Coming. They are billions.
Okay, so now's the time to get...
Approaching from
Oh,
all sides.
I know we want to see this... I'm keeping the Lucifer outside. He's not going to hold this all by himself, but we'll give him... We'll give him a little... A nice little safe area. Here we go.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building
Alright, defenses. What else? Any ballistas that still need to be upgraded? Yes. Let's do that.
Good morning, sir.
Attention. Building completed.
Upgrade here. Let's upgrade these two. Or at least one of them. Traps, please, for the Lucy. Oh, fine. So boring.
Attention. Building completed.
Excuse me?
Attention. Building completed.
Good morning,
Let's pull
sir.
him over here. Alright, did we get everywhere decently covered? Sort of, kind of, more or less. This side's not so good. Wait a minute. Wait a
What
minute.
can I
I
do
sent
for
2
you,
Titans
sir?
up here, I thought.
Oh, dear.
I'm missing Titans.
Hello?
Oh, there we go.
Excuse me?
There's 2 of these
Let's
guys.
go. At your service.
Let's go. Let's just send one up here.
hello.
And where else do we need somebody? Maybe we'll send them over to this side. Does Lucy have sniper backup? No. Hands off the keyboard for final wave?
My rifle is
Maybe. I don't know that I'm brave enough for that.
Our defenses are being attacked.
Hello.
I could see things going south here.
They are attacking the colony defenses.
I could see this not being well enough defended.
They are trying to break
So
through.
much steam.
Whoops.
Let me adjust this
Here's a
back.
good example of it not being well enough defended. Yeah, see, Rangers are fine over here.
Walls are under attack.
Let's put these all on highest priority. All the, whatchamacallums? The executor towers.
Our defenses are
Yeah,
being
so this
attacked.
side's getting hit pretty hard.
At your service.
Come on up
Is
here.
under attack.
So they do attack from the corners. And a fair number of them.
They are attacking the colony defenses.
So this is not getting hit at all. Let's bring him over here. This isn't getting hit at all.
Break
Sir.
into the buildings.
They're trying to break
They
into
are
the
trying to
buildings.
break
Yep.
through. They are infecting our buildings.
Where is that? I would like to know where that is exactly.
Units under attack.
At your service.
Spitters!
Too easy.
Our buildings are being attacked.
Kill the spitters!
Our colony is succumbing to the infection.
Hello.
Sounds like people are dying.
What can I do for you, sir?
How's this holding? That's doing alright.
The
He's doing
colony
okay.
is under attack.
At your service.
This seems to be holding, but
Our forces are in danger.
where's that? Oh yeah. Our Lucifer.
Are under attack.
He's doing it. Yeah, the Lucy's he's still here. He's about to not be holding so well anymore.
Trouble.
The poor guy.
Defenses are being attacked.
That side's fine. Yeah, this is all good.
They are trying to break into the buildings.
Yes. No, we're
Units
good
under
there.
attack.
Good morning, sir.
They are attacking the
Walking
colony
like
defenses.
a giant.
Oh, harpies. Oh, did you see all those harpies?
Our buildings are
There's
being
like
attacked.
10 harpies there.
The world looks so tiny from
Break
up
through.
here.
That's awesome.
Hello.
Just the sound of spitters.
Forces are in danger.
Good morning, sir.
He just held that.
Indeed. What can I do for you, sir?
Okay, so that's the last of it, except for one measly spitter down here.
My machine
Let's
is
put these guys on
ready.
chase. News to everyone, instead of E-Tower, we put a Lucy in super small gaps.
Our defenses
Well, he
are
held
being
pretty well. Thanks,
An
no name.
infection is spreading across the
The
colony.
infection is spreading across the colony. Oh, they just finally took out the shock tower.
What can I do for you, sir?
And we got this
Attacking
one,
the colony
one dude up here.
They are trying to break through.
So much easier than map 4. I know, Ferocious. It is definitely easier than map 4. Final wave on map 1 is so cute. Yeah. Yep. That's okay, but I mean, for somebody who's new to the game, that would be pretty overwhelming.